What's really, really good, everybody? Shout out to everybody who is here right now. We just want to give a warm, exciting, enthusiastic welcome to everybody to round 4 qualifiers of the Closers Olympics. I'm incredibly excited to be here. And let's hop right in because we know that you guys came for some action and we're going to make this thing happen in a major way. So the last 3 winners were Scotty and Kendall and Noah Wilder. Huge major shout out to these guys for putting in the work and displaying their closing skills. All right. I know that these guys are going to make some amazing things happen or already making things happen in their business. And I can only imagine what's going to happen to their brands from this point moving forward. But super major shout out to these guys. Today, we're going to find out, guys, who is the 3rd winner of our qualifiers, of round 4 qualifier. And we're going to see who's going to be participating in the day 1 open run of the main event on July 28th, 29th, and 30th. Now, guys, don't forget that there's going to be a giveaway at the end of this call. And we're going to be looking forward to who has the most shares, who's been participating, who's been engaging with us. Listen, we're here for, to be active participants. Okay, if you just want to sit on the bench, be my guest. However, I'm telling you that there's something very, very special when you get your body engaged. If you can stand up while you're watching this, if you can talk to yourself, ask yourself questions. What would you be doing during these calls? Engage in the comment section. Share this out. The more engaged you are, the more the things that you learn and the things that you see are going to be indelibly drilled into your subconscious mind. This is a very, very real thing. And we want to incentivize that. So we are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of this call for those of you who have been participating, engaging with us. And we really want to bless you guys in that way. With that said, we have 4 individuals who are in the hot seat today. Okay, our wheel of names looks like this. We have Ricky Morgan. He's going to be on the hot seat today. We have Rich Wonders on the hot seat today. We got the one and only Justin Truax, all right, on the hot seat today. And we got Fabit Hedgepeth on the hot seat, in the hot seat today. Okay, now remember, guys, today we're going to be determining who the 3rd winner is. Out of all 4 of these individuals, there can only be one winner. And that one winner is going to be the individual who's going to be participating on opening day of the main event, fam. And so we're incredibly excited to watch these guys perform, see what they got, and make it happen. All right. With that said, let's talk about our judges. We have some very, very special judges who are going to be blessing us today. Number 1, we have the one and only Liam Benson, wholesaler, closer, entrepreneur. He was a part of the 2023. He's also a 2023 Closers Olympic sponsor, the chief sales officer of iSpeedToLead, one of the illest marketing companies in our industry, in the game. Liam, how the heck are you doing, bro?
I'm doing so fantastic today, man. I'm excited.
I'm incredible. By the way, guys, if you don't know Liam Benson, this guy is an absolute genius. He's the chief sales officer for a reason. He is incredible when it comes to understanding the nuance of what it requires to be an incredible salesperson today in today's market. So he is very, very qualified to be our judge. This next individual who's going to be judging, my guy, Steven Morales, serial entrepreneur from Tampa, Florida, acquisitions coach at Real Freedom Collab in Tampa. This dude alone has closed over 750 deals. Watch this, guys, over the phone, and has 10 plus years experience in the game. I don't even know how this dude has 10 plus years experience when he looks like he's 19. How are you doing, Steven?
Man, this is great. I'm looking forward to this. I want to see what kind of scenarios we come across and how these closers use their skill set to really, go for those contracts. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're even questioning for 1 second or 1 iota the qualifications of this gentleman who sits before us right now, I'm telling you, Steven Morales has participated in your seat. What you're doing, what these four are doing today. Steven has actually been in the ring. He's battled it out with some of the most qualified closers in the country, and my man has really made a dent in this industry. The short time that he's been here, so incredibly excited to have this man on the panel and judging for us today.
Thanks for having me.
You already know the third judge, my guy, my boy, my brother, my brethren, my guy, Keith Everett from Huntsville, Alabama. My man has been in the business for 7 years, over 500 real estate transactions complete, funded, closed. He's taught hundreds of people how to scale their companies, right? Through Hustle Implementers 2-day transformation workshop. I know individuals who have personally went to this workshop. They come out of this workshop and become multi-6-figure, 7-figure earners, y'all. The co-founder of the Closers Olympics, my brother Keith Everett. How you doing, bro?
Hey, man, I'm happy to be here, man. I appreciate the intro, too, by the way. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy that you're here. You know, I know you're going to come with some great energy today, and I want to see who got the game plan today, who got the techniques, who got the versatility, you know what I mean? So I'm excited today, and definitely want to give a big shout out to my guy, Elijah, man, my guy on a whole other side of the world right now. He couldn't be here with us today, but I'm sure he's here with us today, so let's get to it.
Big facts, big facts. Hey, y'all, I want to throw this out there just to continue edifying my man, Keith. This gentleman has taught me things and that I have implemented in business up until now. And so, Keith, it's an honor. It's an honor just to be on the same screen. It always is, bro. It always is, man.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. With that said, y'all, those are our 3 judges for today's qualifier, round 4. With that said, the Closers Olympics Committee has spared no organization, and they have pulled no stops, y'all. And we have an official comper who's here today, and I know of no greater qualified person than the individual who's going to be doing our comping, and that is Mr. David Oles, full-time real estate investor, speaker based out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Accumulated over 100 rental properties, y'all. Owns a national wholesaling company, and his guiding principles are simplicity is scalable. This is a man after my own heart, and he always starts with the end in mind. David Oles, how the heck are you doing, brother?
Brother, how are you? I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. What you been up to?
It has been a couple. I feel like I see you every couple months or so at an event.
I tell people that, like, I see you guys more than I see sometimes my brother who lives in the same city as me because I'm out traveling so much. So, man, good to see you.
Likewise.
Surprise. I didn't know you were emceeing tonight.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here, man. Closers Olympics has a very, very special place in my heart, man. So I'm just honored to be here, dude. And the fact that you are doing the comping is this is super, super dope. So guys, I really want y'all to understand how special this is that we have someone of the caliber. And I'm not gassing David up or any of the people up. I'm giving them the proper edification that they require. But I just want you to know, for someone of the caliber of David Oles to dedicate some time for the underwriting and comping of these deals, it shows us how special this event is and how important this is to us. And so, David, it's super, super cool to have you here, man. And shout out to everybody who's showing love.
Yeah, I'm honored to be here. Super excited to get going. And yeah, I can't wait to see how it goes tonight. We're ready.
Let's do it. Let's do it. With that said, guys, before we get started on this bad boy, we want you to know that we have something incredibly special that we're going to be offering to you guys. All right. We're talking about a bundle package, okay, that has over 50 hours. Listen to what I'm saying, of 2020 and 2021 Closers Olympics live footage. All right. It's a step-by-step sales course. It also includes a 2023 general admission ticket, fam. All right. The original price is $695. New price is $297. I don't know of any package where you can get this amount of value at that price. It's basically being given away. It was probably It was probably someone in the back end operations team that was like, man, give them as much value as possible to let them feel like they're special for being in attendance. And whoever did it, I don't know who it was in the Closers Olympics committee, but God bless them, man. Because I mean, to have over 50 hours of step-by-step instructional value for sales content, y'all, for $297, that's a few Starbucks. You know, that's not eating Starbucks for a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? To give you value that can potentially make you multiple 6 figures, 7 figures. And it's an incredibly exciting thing. So salute to the Closers Olympics community for offering that bundle package. We absolutely love you guys. And we really appreciate everything that y'all do for us. With that said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and introduce. Actually, I'm sorry. Before we bring out our closers so that we can get to this action. All right. We're going to go ahead and bring up my man, Liam Benson, and he's going to go over the scorecards that pretty much determine what the rules of the game are and what we're looking for, what our judges are going to be judging based on. So, Liam, you want to review that for us?
It's super simple. Every section is worth 5 points. So each of the judges is going to be scoring from 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 for each of these sections for each of the closers. The first is going to be rapport. How well are you building a connection with the seller? Are you being credible? Are you being relatable? What does that connection look like? Second is negotiations. How good are you when you're talking about numbers and different things that there's give and take on? Because as you know, this is real estate. Everything is negotiable. Third is going to be the creative finance option. Now, this is going to be anything that's not a regular cash offer. We want to see how deep the pockets of our closers go and what tools they have in their tool belt. So this is going to be how good they're pitching and bringing this up in a way that is digestible for the seller so that they're going to understand what the proposition is and see if there's going to be a deal to be made there. Next is going to be how they're going to be handling objections. When the seller throws something in your path, how are you dodging it? Next is identifying pain. It's all about motivation. We're digging in deep. How are we understanding if they're running from pain, going to pleasure, what's coming next? How well are we digging into that? Then we have the verbal agreement. That's going to be if we get a verbal yes from that seller saying, I like that price, let's do it. Then we have 5 points for a signed contract and 5 points for the net ROI of the deal. And you don't get anything on the signed contract if you don't get one signed, and you don't get anything on the net ROI unless you get a contract signed. That net ROI serves as a differentiator between, let's say, 2 people who have the same score, both got a signed contract. The net ROI is going to be that difference maker.
All right. Does everybody understand the rules of the game? There's a total of 40 points that could be made, and the ROI is going to be the differentiator in case of a tie. Guys, those of you who are watching live right now, if you're fired up about this, I need a fire emoji in the comment section. Let us know that you're engaged. Let us know that you're here, that you're participating, that you're mentally focused, and that you're ready not only to support those that you're coming to support, but also take some value from those who are going to be qualifying and putting their names, reputations, and their brands on the line. For round 4 qualifiers, I need some fire emojis in the comment section. Let's get it. With that said, we're going to go ahead and play a quick video and get ready to make this thing happen. Let's make it happen, y'all. Okay, actually, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to hold off on that video just briefly because we're going to have that in just a sec. But those of you in the comment section, let us know what city, what state are you in? All right, look at all these fire emojis in this joint. Max Jimenez in the building? What? Let's go. Let's go. Max Jimenez says, how do I get buff like Aaron? Bro, I just wear small shirts, fam. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and do our wheel of names. For right now, we'll have that video in just a bit. We'll get to the video in just a second for you guys in the audience. What we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel to select the order by which our 4 contestants are going to be entering into the challenge. So let's go ahead and click to spin, and let's see who's up first. Ooh wee. It looks like up first is the one and only Rich Wonders. Rich Wonders, you are up first, my friend. I hope you are ready to make it happen. All right, let's go ahead and spin it again and see who's next. Boom! It looks like my man Ricky Morgan is going to defend for number 2. And then let's go ahead and spin one last time and see who's going to be going 3rd and 4th. It looks like it's going to be my guy, Fabit Hedgepeth. All right, Fabit, you are going to be number 3. And then my guy, Justin Truax, is going to be number 4. All right. So Rich Wonders, then Ricky Morgan, Fabit, you're number 3, and Justin, you are going to be going 4th to see if you can make something happen. All right. With that said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and introduce our first closer to bless the stage and make this thing happen. He goes by the name of Rich Wonder. He's from Lexington, Kentucky. He's closed about 32 deals. He started back in 2020.
I think that might be someone else's bio, bro. I'm in Phoenix. I think that's
Oh, my
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
my
yeah.
bad. My bad, Rich. Let me say this again. My bad. Rich, thank you for correcting me. Rich is from Phoenix, Arizona. He's closed over 100 deals, wholesale innovation. And I love what he says here, y'all. I got to quote my man. He says, "My success comes from having a repeatable process, building meaningful trust, and the being able to identify, label, and solve prospects' problems." And the reason why I love this is because he basically gave you what his superpower is. So this is what we're going to be looking for when we watch my man close. My guy, Rich, how are you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling amazing. Want to thank you. Thank you for hosting this. Thank you, everyone that made this possible. I know this was no small feat. Super excited. Hopefully, whoever's watching can get some value out of it. There's so many different ways to close deals. You're going to see so many different styles. I've got my own style that I like. You know what I mean? I'm going to throw in some novations in here too. Let people see how that kind of works out. And I'm pumped, man. I'm ready.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're skipping the video. We're going right into your session. The floor is yours, brother. Let's make this happen. Back end team, if we wanna go ahead and get started, let's rock and roll, dude.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm gonna mute you guys, and then I'm gonna smile and dial here. Let's get it. Okay. 4, 6, 9, 2, 6, 7, 3. All right. We got the first one. This is Destiny Shear, Cleveland, Ohio. Let's go.
It's time, baby. It's time.
Start loading up the property.
Your call has been forwarded to an
Uh-oh. Double tap. Hit it with the double tap.
So for those of you guys who aren't in the know, we had an
Okay.
entire audition
1,
round
2,
before this,
6.
before people got to this today. So everybody's been pre-vetted, and I was really impressed with Novation King. What he did exceptionally well was really connect with the sellers. I thought that better than most people that I've ever seen was just a really free-flowing style, really impersonal. The way that I guess the way that I like to do sales. So I'm excited to see once he gets on the live phone here.
Yes, sir. And for people that's watching, what he's done is he did something that's called the double dial. When the
Your
seller
call
don't
has
answer,
been forwarded.
Oh,
answer right the first
moving
time,
on.
you want to double
You're
dial
lost,
again.
Destiny.
Always double dial.
All right. Detroit, Michigan. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. All right, let's do it. 313 643.
Bianca says, so they'll have 30 minutes to make something happen. Yup. The timer starts the
Here we
second
go.
after the
Looking for
first
David.
pickup happens.
That's not much time, so they're really gonna have to work the lead too. That's why we get all these interesting scenarios.
The way RJ said is you spend your first.
Hi, David.
Yes.
Hey there. Hey, this is Richard Wonders with Hedge Fund Offers. I just got your submission on our website. How you doing?
Good. Somebody we already talked to somebody though.
Okay. And it's regarding the Alger Street property, right?
Yeah, I was looking for a little more. I was kind of just curious to see what the offer was.
Okay, well, no worries. I'm actually like an independent investor, and Hedge Fund Offers is kind of like a third-party referral service. So if you have a minute, I am the fastest in the West and better than the rest, and I am serious and not curious. So if it is a match, I just have to run through a few things real quick. Did I catch you at a bad time?
I've got it.
Perfect. Okay. And this property, are you living in it, or is it a rental, or what's the status?
It's my home of 14 years.
Excellent. Oh, okay. And have you already selected where you want to go once this property is sold? Or are you still working on that?
I am looking at. Are you in Detroit? Are you familiar with the area?
I'm not, but I have quite a few colleagues out there.
I am looking to move to the suburbs just north of Detroit, along the lake.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, perfect.
Smaller houses, bigger yards.
Nice.
Newer
Nice.
houses.
Oh, okay.
I love
You're
my house, but it's it's a big old house.
you're ready for the next chapter, it sounds like. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, 14 years.
Oh, okay. And like, if you could wave a magic wand and everything went perfect, like, how quickly would you like to see this deal fully complete?
I haven't even really started seriously looking.
Fair enough.
I would definitely not immediate. We would have to be a few months down the road because I have made zero preparation.
Fair enough. And it can be a bit of a catch-22 when you're selling one house, trying to buy another, and like synchronizing that. So I totally get that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's something if we end up working together, like our kind of main value is we look to provide speed, convenience, and certainty. So a lot of times if you're selling a house kind of the traditional way, it can be kind of tricky because you're dealing with realtors and there's a lot of moving parts and it can be kind of tough getting those two to line up. Just wondering, like, I know you had spoken to someone else and the offer was kind of not in the range you were looking to be. I'm just curious, did you have like an asking price in mind?
I guess 220 is the number in my head.
Okay.
But it would be hard to let it go for. I wouldn't be worth it.
I hear you. I hear you. And I can imagine you've done some.
I mean, this neighborhood's also skyrocketing. So it's kind of. I feel almost silly moving out early, but I also have been here 14 years.
There you go. You've had a good run there. Okay. And, we offer a few different options, right? One being a cash offer. In certain situations, sometimes it can be a match. I don't know if it'd be a match in this situation, but like, have you ever considered maybe selling it on terms where you got some money down and somebody made some payments on it over a period of time?
Well, then it would be difficult just to ideally I wouldn't want a mortgage. I would just sell it downside.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So
payments in, it would really be beneficial for me to have the money just to put on the new house and be done with it.
excellent. Okay, so you're going to take the equity from this one, put it towards your new one. So that may not be a match because you need your money up front in order for it to work with what you're trying to do. Okay.
And that's the plan in my head that this is without actually doing much research.
Well,
Obviously, for my head went straight to what is the easiest thing that I can do, but it also that may not be realistic or once I start looking around, everything changed my mind.
well, I'll tell you what I'll do because honestly, I'm just a glorified information gatherer. We have a whole separate department that evaluates the properties. And I'll tell you what I can do. I can pass it over to them, let them take a look at it. I'll be honest, like the range that you're looking to be, you may have to end up going like the retail route, in order, you know what I mean, in order for to work. Because like
That's what I was expecting, and that you were the last person told me off.
fair enough. But you're doing the right thing because you're getting good feedback, right? And you know, you never.
Absolutely, man. This was the first place I reached out. Now I know that's not gonna work.
Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm going to pass this over, and if it looks like we can make it work, I'll give you a ring back. And if you have any questions, you know, feel free to give me a buzz, and we will see if we can work it out.
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. That guy's not ready to sell yet. It's a good lead, but just not for 30 minutes. We're going to go to the next one. So that was David. Hopefully I'm marking these right. Oh gosh, how do I get out of here? Okay,
moving,
get back.
baby.
I agree with the call he made there. I think hopping off the phone with that person,
James
especially
Wambles.
with the time crunch, is the right move.
James Wambles in Alabama.
He did
Mr.
good with what he had, though.
Alabama Slammer. I think
Your
Glenn,
house, bud. Okay, 350.
Too wishy-washy in that show.
Come on.
I think he
He's
spent
a
enough
seller?
time, but he got out at the right time, if that makes sense, you know.
Jimmy Wambles. Jimmy.
I like his energy though. I like how he overcame that objection of getting him on the phone, keeping him on the phone rather.
Yeah, that's a tough one that people find themselves stuck on, is when they're saying, I've already talked to somebody, especially when they're saying, I've already talked to somebody from your group.
Right.
We overcame that right on his feet. That was really good.
I like when he said, "I'm serious, not curious."
He's got
on,
some
Jimmy.
one-liners.
That's one of my lines myself.
I might have to steal that one. I might have to chat GPT a bunch of cute one-liners like that.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for calling. The person you're trying to
You're
reach.
not Jimmy. We'll try him again.
You know what I like about him though? You know, another thing I like, Steven and Leon.
But Jimmy, no, we mean business.
He talking to himself while he's calling, because I do the same thing. Sometimes you gotta talk to yourself to get you to the next call.
It keeps your energy high.
Yeah.
This next one locked and loaded. Let's go.
The energy when you're on a sales floor with a bunch of other people is unmatched. When you're by yourself, you got a virtual team, it just can't have that same level. So keep your energy high by talking to yourself it's a good move.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you're
Yeah,
making a
Mike,
big
you guys start moving
mistake.
around.
Pick up.
Start shadow boxing.
Oh, this is hilarious. One of these leads I actually have under contract. I'm not even joking.
Oh,
Christopher Brody.
Hi, thanks for calling. The person you're trying to reach isn't available right now.
All right, Jimmy. You missed out, bud.
one of the leads is under
That's
contract
fine.
already. He said, "Is that bonus points?"
Drop him those points already.
Michael Hines.
One thing about this competition is
Got
that
that
you guys
ketchup
gotta be
onion.
real picky with your
bud.
time. 'Cause some leads,
Yeah.
even though they may be open to talking with you, they may limit from you to scoring the highest potential score. So picking and choosing the right leads is super key.
I know. Okay.
100%. We've seen that happen a number of times where somebody gets a lead on the line that just wants to talk and talk and talk.
Potato country.
Usually an older person, they don't get to talk to too many people, and you want to stay on the phone with them forever because they're so nice and it seems like it might be a deal, but they just move nowhere, drain all your time.
Don't do this. Double tap.
Elijah's got some good notes from the
Cool,
comments.
it's cool.
He's making it fun for himself. A lot of people, when you're dialing, and especially in the competition, just get in their head about making it too serious. They put their ego on
Try
the
the silly
line,
one
they put
next.
their fears on the line. and that will change their tonality. That's going to change how they come across to the seller.
Last chance.
What's best practice when picking leads?
You're done.
The more motivation,
All
the
right.
better.
We're going to try
The more
Philly.
pain they're in, the better.
Like Philly.
He said, I like Philly.
Direct people. Say, quite a range of properties. From the cheapest of the cheap to some nice stuff.
Thank you for calling. Please leave a message and I will return.
No, I'm trying a different number. Let's try a different number.
What you think about that, Steven?
Mixing it up.
Yeah.
A lot of sellers, if you guys don't have a area code or phone number in their market and you call one time and they think it's a spam call, try different numbers. Call twice, call 3 times even, if the lead makes sense, right? People are more likely to pick up if they're like, man, car insurance.
Visit Michigan. Come to Papa.
In round 2, we had somebody who went like 15 leads in a row. Nobody's picking up. He switched his phone, first dial, pick up.
Sometimes getting someone on the horn is half the battle.
Your workflow is everything. Your business is just machines connected to machines.
Please leave your message.
Amy, it's me. Pick up. I'm gonna try again. Just gonna be like, who is this?
And the thing is, like, this is for the people that's watching, this is typical when you cold calling or when you calling leads. Sometimes people don't answer in the mornings. They might answer in the afternoon. They might answer in the evenings. They might not answer in the morning or the evening or the afternoon. That's why you like you got to be able to have the same area code.
I'm checking on my time here.
You need a different area code, when you call multiple times throughout the day.
17 minutes.
We're gonna get one more good connection in here. I'm feeling it.
You never know what you're gonna get. You might get some buzzer beaters. You never know.
We've ran the closer show, which is something similar to this, much lower stakes. We had RJ Bates. He was on there, and he was going against Munif, who's fantastic.
Port Arthur, Texas, home of
Munif was getting
and
pickup after pickup after pickup, and RJ was getting dead end. With 8 minutes left in the competition, RJ got somebody on the phone and got a contract signed in that time frame. It was ridiculous. It can happen.
Crazy.
The buzzer beaters happen.
Please leave your.
Sheesh.
We got Seamus Goss in the comments. He was one of our other contestants who crushed it.
Karen, we got a Karen. Pick up your phone, Karen.
Pick up. I want to hear some action. I want to hear something.
Yeah, we need to make it a little icy. We got to get some angry people,
Hey.
some rude people. Those are the best because you learn the most from those people if you can overcome the objection.
Steven, what's your number one tip for dealing with the red seller?
Stay calm. Treat it just like any other seller. Obviously, you got to be a lot more patient. You can't react. You have to respond. You got to stop and think about what you're going to say. Because people that are angry, red sellers, whatever you want to call them, like you got to look at it from their point of view and focus more on the solution. So some people just get really emotional. They try to just react. That's not going to make it.
When you finish recording, you may
You
hang
got to
up
be real
or
patient.
press
Take your
1
time
for
with
more
people
options.
like that.
To leave a callback number, press.
We're gonna try Karen again.
Raise your argument, not your voice. I like that. Max says red sellers are the easiest. They're just like, what about you, Keith? What do you think? What's your number one tip for red sellers?
Man, I think definitely, you can't let them run you off the track. You got to keep your composure. And I like to put them in a position for me to know, because it's a thin line between a red seller and an unmotivated seller. And I like to put them in a position where I can find out. So I just tell them, I plan on giving you a large amount of money, short period of time. You give me a couple minutes. I just want to make sure I don't leave anything on the table for you. That way, that if you're willing to leave something on the table and not give me no time, then you're not really motivated. If you're willing to at least listen, you just may be a red seller and I can get through it.
There it is.
Yep.
At the tone, please.
The advice that I always give is challenge them early, because they're challenging you. They're trying to change the frame of the call. What the power dynamic is, who's in charge, who's running the show. And you've got to do some type of takeaway or labeling their emotions early on and making them know that you're not going to sit there and be berated by them.
Thank you for
verbally
calling.
abused by them.
Please
And once
leave
you
a
set that
message.
frame, then they're much more likely to listen.
Yes, sir. That's facts.
Just takes one. Just takes one call. That's all. Let's go, Christine. Should I stand up? Stand up.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Sorry, the mailbox belonging to 25164999516 is full.
Mailbox full. I'm going to try a different number. Double tap that. Just make sure I'm not blocked.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right. 580. Let's get it. This is Ro Chavez.
Let's get it.
Hey there, Miss Chavez.
Yes.
Hey, this is Richard Wonders. I just got your property submission for the Bessie Avenue property in Lawton. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Yeah. Who are you with?
I'm with a cash offer option. I'm actually an independent investor, and they're like a third-party company that I work with. And basically, my job's pretty easy. I just have like a short list of questions to go through to see if the property would qualify for a cash offer. Are you living there currently?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And if you could wave a magic wand and everything went perfect, how quickly would you like to see the deal completely done?
As soon as possible.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're the fastest in the West and better than the rest, so you came to the right place here. And just a little bit about us real quick. We are a creative real estate investment company, and we specialize in speed and convenience and making win-win scenarios. So if we are a match, I definitely can make everything very easy and kind of work around your timeline. And our goal is just to make like the transaction pleasant for you. If for whatever reason, if we're not a fit, no big deal. Like I'll still help you any way I can and try to at least point you in the right direction. Does that sound fair? Okay, great. Can you tell me like just a little bit about the property? Has there been like any recent work done to it or anything like that?
I'm kind of traveling out of town right now, so the signal's going in and out. Can you give me a call tomorrow?
Yeah. That's no problem at all. What's your day looking like? What's like a good time range? You think maybe in the first part of the day or the second part? What's that? You do want to sell your house to me? Awesome. All right, I'm going to send over the paperwork. Perfect. Okay. All right, great. I'm sending it over now. All right, one contract down. Perfect. Let's get one more here. Whew. Wanted to make sure I got at least one contract. We got that one out of the way. Well, hopefully that came through all right on the audio, guys. It's a little bit crackly. Oh, good. There's a place for notes in here. I wasn't seeing that. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. Guess that was the best view that they were talking about. So I did see all that. Okay. Now I see it. I just had an address and a phone number. Okay. Got a little bit of time left. Two, 4, 8, 6, 3, 2, 8, 5, 6, 2.
I think on that one, he seemed a bit wavy. The first time was slow, methodical. He got into a nice conversation. On that one, I think he came off rushed and just started berating her with questions, scared her off.
I think she was limited on her time, and he had to like go. He's trying to get a good conversation. He hasn't really had a whole solid one. Really increase his chances of getting the most points possible. So
I think that happens when you got two people that limited on time. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
It can be a little tough.
The clock adds an extra element. When you can see it there, you know what's going down. You just
all right. What's my time? 7 minutes. All right, we got room for one more. Let's get it.
Like his attitude, man. Like
this is Joda Ramshwar. Joda, okay.
Man, Liam always looking so crispy with the suit, man.
Man.
I feel like you got 10 of those just like freshly ironed in the closet, man.
You got lined up.
You know, every morning when I put on my suit, I do iron it beforehand. It's sharp. A part of my routine. I like it.
You wear suits every day?
I do.
You feel good, you talk good, you close good, right?
That's exactly it. My office is next door to my bedroom. Like across this wall is where I sleep.
Hello?
The second I come.
Hi, Mr. Joda.
No.
Yes, sir. Hey, this is Richard Wonders with Hedge Fund Offers. I just got your property submission for the Brooklyn property. How you doing?
Okay.
Awesome. Hey, I was reaching out because I had a few questions about a few details of the property, see if we might be a fit to make an offer. Do you have a couple minutes right now?
Sure.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown here. I see it is a single family house. It says the condition in here is somewhat fair. It's tenant occupied, right? 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
Okay, great. If you could wave a magic wand and everything went perfect, how quickly would you like to see the deal done?
Well, we'd like it to be done yesterday.
Sooner the better.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm the fastest in the West and better than the rest, so you definitely came to the right place here. Are the tenants month to month or on an annual lease?
The tenant is a swap.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Did they have a lease and they just stopped paying, or is it like someone that just like moved in there?
No, we bought it with him. We had problem getting him out. So he concluded that he will take 6,000 walk.
Wow. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's horrible. In New York, the laws are really tough for landlords. So yeah, that's a nightmare. Sorry about that. Okay. How long has it been that he's been in there and not leaving or whatever? Has it been a minute?
My partner's the main guy.
Uh-huh.
He does everything.
Okay.
He bought it with the guy inside, tried to sell it, couldn't sell it. I don't know for what reason. It's 6 years now. Then the pandemic came and then, it's in pre-foreclosure. So you gotta do a short sale.
Okay. Okay. Well, understandable. And just so you know, like pre-foreclosures are something we deal with all the time. We have really good attorneys, so that's something we definitely be able to assist with. So is it you and a partner own this property together then? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you guys discussed, given the circumstances, if we were to take this off your plate and it was quick and easy, did you have like a bottom line in mind for an offer like that?
Like I said, you gotta make an offer and you gotta work with the bank to see the best price for you to get it for.
Okay. Okay. And you guys just picked up the property like 2 months ago, right? That's what I was showing back in February.
No, he bought the property since 6 years ago.
Oh, 6 years ago. Okay. Were you added on to the deed or something? Because I was showing like a recording date of 3/6/23.
Yeah. What happened? He bought it with me. Then they took my name off. Then they just went a few months back and just add back my name on.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. And condition wise, it's
I would say it's fair. Gonna need TLC.
gonna need TLC. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at Google site, you see all those buildings next door in the whole area, the whole Canal Street area. They're all two-family with walk-in. With a walk-in attached. So he has bought it with the intention to put up a two-family 40 by 100. And I think he ran into finance problems to do it. I think he stuck out over it all this time.
Okay. Okay. All right. No, I appreciate that. And are you guys on the same page? Like if I do get a formal written offer up, what would like the next step be? Like, would we need to have a conversation with the three of us, or what would that look like?
No, I will have you speak to him because he's the main guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough.
So you were to come up with, and you have an offer, I'm going to introduce it to him. I give you his number, you call him, and let him know what your plans are and what it is you want to do.
And I'm just wondering, like hypothetically, if he was able to just get his money out of it, would that be something he could live with?
I guess so.
Okay. Hey, what's the best contact info, or how should we set that up?
I'm gonna send you his number.
Perfect.
I'll text it to his.
You can text it to my phone here. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Awesome. All right.
Give him a call and say Shinar, and tell him you like to make an offer and work on a short sale. See what he says.
Okay. And one more question. You don't happen to know what it would take to bring the mortgage whole, do you? Like if we were to do some sort of creative option and take it over?
No, it's too far gone.
It's too far.
The best thing for you to do is a short sale. Or after you talk to the bank or the bank attorney, or you get to talk to the owner.
Okay. Okay.
Then you can get a better idea how to approach it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I appreciate it. All right, I'll look out for that number to come through and then I'll give them a call.
Yeah, I'll send it in a minute. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. Water in the house.
That one's a tough
6
one.
years ago.
One thing that I think is unanimous across the board is if you're calling somebody
Closer.
who you
So
know
the being
is
pre-tour closer,
Indian,
that's
they are going to be tough.
kind of crappy to wholesale.
Right. That's
They
what
give
it
you
is.
no information
What would
and
you
never
do
give you information.
differently? What would you do
Says
differently on
that
that call?
it means a short sale and it is too
I would have given him more
far
space to
gone,
talk, been comfortable with silence,
too creative.
responded his question with the
finance,
question, letting it sit.
going to
That way it doesn't
send
create this
partners,
one-word answer
number.
question. One-word answer question.
He is the main
How much time does he have left?
We gave 5 extra minutes, so 5 and a half.
maker. Bring me to the boss. I want the signer, the decision maker. Let's go. Okay. How am I doing on time? 5 minutes. Okay. Let's see if we can bang one more out.
I'd say one of my superpowers is the ability to just go quiet on a call and be comfortable with it. Half the reason just because sometimes I just don't know what to say next. I'm just trying to think about what my best question is.
Got one.
Yeah.
We're gonna try Dean again. Charleston, West Virginia.
Let them talk.
Got myself a deal in Hunting, West Virginia right now.
Man, I'd like to see him just getting on a dial here. Time is short.
Dean.
Call anybody.
Pick up. Pick up, Dean.
He's got to give out some numbers if he wants more points. I haven't heard any numbers, offer range, or offers or
Oh,
nothing
you
yet.
again, Dean.
Yeah.
Your call.
Yeah. Try again.
Your call has been put.
Sheesh. I think I may have called all these. Go back through them. 2
Everybody in the
minutes.
comments.
All right. We're gonna try again. Oh, they picked up and hung up. Must have been an accident. I better call back. Silly. Avis Ellis. Gary, Indiana. Under Erner. Avis. Hey, Avis. Damn. Sheesh. We'll try Karen again, because why not? Avis was not interested in picking up my call. It's all right.
We're gonna see.
15, 14. To the bitter end. Hello?
Let's go. Let's go. All right. So that was our guy, Rich Wonder, out of Phoenix, Arizona. Listen, I have been there, my friend. Even one of our judges, Keith Everett, we've been there, man, where, look, a part of this game is we're dialing. We're making the effort to make contacts. And oftentimes, if you're not able to make a contact, it can impact. But you did a heck of a job on maximizing what you were able to, the individuals that you were able to get on the phone. So, all right, that's our first part of round 4 qualifiers. Our judges are currently scoring, so they're going to let us know right now what their thoughts are. They're going to give us some insight. Those of us who are tuning in right now, in the comment section, let us know what city, what state you're marketing in, because we would love to show you guys some love. We know that we have people all over the country who are fans of Closers Olympics and come out and show love. Please let us know in the comment section. But yeah, my man Rich, I'm not even gonna lie, my man is too smooth. I was taking notes on some of the things that he was doing. He has some one-liners. He says, I'm the best. He said they're the best in the West, and he's serious, not curious. I gotta utilize some of these lines, man. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you guys are taking notes as well. There's certain nuances, there's certain things that you hear whenever you watch somebody and listen to somebody close live that you just can't get from reading in a book. You just can't get from being taught theory. Finesse is from North Carolina. We got Michelle Rice in San Antonio, Texas. Shout out San Anto. Chris Crump, Dallas, Texas. He does White Dispo. Chris Monroe, St. Louis up in her. What up, Chris? All right. New Hampshire, Mass in the building. Booyaka, booyaka. I love it, love it, love it. What other cities and states are being represented? Put it in the comment section, y'all. I love to show you guys love. We already have multiple parts of the country being represented. I love to see it. All right. With that said, while our judges are scoring, all right, they put a lot of effort into this, guys, so that you guys can get the highest quality or we can get the highest quality scoring and judging. And pay attention to the way they judge, because these are insights from experts. With that said, we're going to have a brief video for everybody watching right now. And it's titled Closers Only 2023. And let's go ahead and give it our undivided attention.
When I close, doors open, every key I...
This is a competition. Somebody's going home with the top closer title belt.
If I did 189, would you have to talk to her, or could you agree to that? All right, let's do 189.9 then.
If I gave you 31, will you sign today?
Here's our time.
So
If that's a price we can do, is this something you'd be ready to move forward with today as far as like an agreement in place?
On urgency, closing time. Close it. Pick up the
Strap in. Everybody get excited. He was good.
But this guy's got skills, and his approach is different, and it works so well.
I look at report not as like, weather, sports.
That was probably top 5 that I've ever seen.
Us away.
The truth is, I already
knew it. I'm so hot, I'm melting up in it like ice.
It's the noise talking and backing it up for me and the consistency.
It's something that you're never going to be able to see, I think, replicated anywhere else. It's so much you can learn from this.
This is the best training series anybody could ever ask for.
Mr. Knox, we're taking care of him, and we're going to spend the money with the family for somebody I don't know, okay?
Yeah. On every call, it's sell or be sold. Let's go.
Man, I thought that was going to be something.
Is that something that you would want to move forward with, though?
Yeah. Anything is possible. There is nothing holding you back.
Baby, you won. You won, Dad.
Yeah!
And that's the bottom line.
Close it. Pick up the phone. Close it. Big ass bro. Close it. $1 million deal. Close it. It's all on you. Close it. What you gonna do? Close it. I want the proof. Close it. $1 million.
If you haven't got your tickets for Closers Olympics 2023, you're out of your God-given mind, y'all. So crazy. Such a beautiful thing to see. I get chills watching that video. With that said, we are ready to show our judges' score. We're going to go ahead and show Liam Benson's score and feedback first. My guy, Liam, talk to us.
What's going on? I think that Rich started off hot. He started off as well as it could be. You're going to see in my scoring, I gave him a really high scoring report because those one-liners, the tonality, everything that he had there and carrying the energy was really fantastic. Unfortunately, I think the clock started getting to him and it just went down and down and down. Where I think he could have earned more points was not in falling into what I call checklisting. And that's where you just ask question after question after question rather than conversational, which is where we're going to be, segueing from their response into acknowledging what they said and building a little rapport and then diving into a new question that's more relevant instead of just having this set, I'm going to do this. And he had some more points on handling objections, and I had to drop him down a point for on one of the calls where it was a lady who had picked up, and she said, can we actually talk tomorrow? And he didn't put up any fight against that, so I had to drop a point for that. And of course, verbal, signed, and net ROI, none of those got to that point, so we can't score for those. But otherwise, I think the takeaways from that for you guys should be listen to the tonality and replicate it.
Yeah, wow, incredible feedback and very painstaking the way you broke that down, brother. We really appreciate you for that. All right, next up we have my man Steven Morales with his scores. Steven, what's your feedback on how my man Rich Wonder did?
I think he did. He didn't really have much to work with, right?
Yeah.
He kind of squeezed as much as he can. Rapport. I give him a 5 out of 5. I really liked his rapport. I like the little lines, was it we're serious, not curious.
Yeah.
And the other one, the fastest in the West, or better than the rest, or something like that. And then he connected with people on a personal level, like the guy with the tenants, he related. He also said we deal with pre-foreclosures all the time. So I give him a 5 for that. You guys see my score, by the way, the scorecard?
I cannot see the score. Would we be able to bring it on the screen?
Or I could just talk through. I don't know how you want to.
Oh, I think that, yeah, there you go. Okay.
So negotiations. I think he did a good job when he had the guy said that he didn't get what he wanted. He kept digging, right? And it's not like that call went all the way to the close, but he kept digging, which I really like. And it doesn't matter if somebody throws an objection at you. When you negotiate by overcoming the objection, keep digging as much as you can. That's even better. When it came to the creative option, I mean, we didn't really see for him to have an opportunity to really dig in as well. He kind of threw it out there if the person's open to payments. And that's just kind of where it ended. The guy wanted all the cash up front. For identifying pain, I give him a 4. And that really comes down to the person that was dealing with the tenant situation. And then the verbal agreement, there was no numbers talked to anybody. We didn't get a chance to see a full conversation to the offers. A verbal agreement, I would have liked to see some numbers being talked about. I think he would have racked up a few points that way. Even if the person was either rushing, you guys got to keep in mind if you're participating or you're viewing, right? You only have 30 minutes, right? So you got to do as much as you can with what you have because we don't know when the next person is going to connect, right? So the verbal agreement, we didn't see anything. Obviously, signed contract, net ROI, we didn't get a chance to see it all as well. Is it me or you're muted? Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. I was just saying, I was thanking you for your feedback, and I just want to re-emphasize to everybody, please, guys, pay attention to the feedback. These are experts that are providing the feedback within the parameters of the rules of the game. Next up, we have my man Keith Everett from Alabama. Give us your feedback, bro. What do you think? What do you think about my man, Rich Wonder?
He did what he could. You know what I mean? That's all I could judge him on. Is him doing what he could. He did do a lot of things that I did like, not even just on the phone. He did some things that I liked. The report supposed to be 3 too, but he did some things that I liked. While he was dialing, he was talking to himself like, "Come on, pick up," or I like stuff like that because that lets you know that he's kind of he is affirming himself and he's trying to figure out, or keep his energy high while he waiting on the next phone call. So, actually reports are supposed to be 3. I feel like when he did get on the phone, he did what he could when he was getting on the phone. He was throwing those. I like that serious, but not curious, like lines like that. I feel like that, he had great energy. He was smooth. He was trying to make his way into the sellers. It's just that, let's be honest, he didn't get the best sellers on the calls though. So he was trying to do that. As far as negotiations, he didn't get a chance to throw out too much numbers. I did give him a 2 on that. Not because he couldn't negotiate. It's just that I feel like he didn't get the opportunity to really show his full skill set on that. But he did what he could though. As far as creative option, he did try to, one time I did hear that, he was trying to throw a creative option, on one of the last calls, but the guy didn't bite on it. You know what I mean? I feel like that he probably could have presented it even more. But at the same time, he probably was looking at the time, so he really couldn't really spend too much time on trying to do that. So also the next one is handling objections. I gave him a 3 on that because I feel like on especially the first call, I feel like he wasn't even supposed to. Most people wouldn't have got that far on the first call, but he decided to even overcome him getting punched in the face, and the guy actually gave him time. He thought he was another guy on that first call, but he said, no, I'm my own business, I'm my individual. We got through and he was able to get some talk time. Identifying the pain. I'm not gonna say that we didn't talk about no funerals or nobody passed away or anything like that. So I gave him a 2 on that part. And verbal agreement. Of course, we didn't get a chance to get that far. The same with signed contract and net ROI. So overall, I still got question marks. I'm not gonna just say that. Definitely ain't gonna say that he's not a closer because I feel like he showed what he could. I definitely want to give him a salute. You know what I mean? I done watched some of the guys' videos, so I know what he could do for sure.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Keith. Thank you for that. With that said, y'all, the total score for my man Rich Wonder, aka Novation King, is 41. Let's go ahead and bring up my man Rich Wonder on stage really quick, and let's get some feedback from my brother Rich Wonder. A total score, it says 40, however, the actual score is 41. Novation King, man, I mean, it was a heck of a round, but what's your feedback? Give me your Reader's Digest version.
Look, I appreciate each and every one of those points very much. Thank you, judges. Look, it is what it is, right? I think I probably my strategy being the game, I would change it. Have I done it again, right? But yeah, there were some great things there. I probably could have dug a little deeper on the first one, like in hindsight, right? Of getting someone on the phone and just showcase, how we could have dug into that. But no, it was good. You know what I mean? I got to run my game. My game's a little bit of a longer play too. I normally do a 3-call close. I'm on the phone with them for a while. You know what I mean? Normally, and I don't get into price negotiations right up front normally. But I understand that's part of this game. So hey, to the next contestants, blow me out of the water. Let's get it. I want to see all the razzle dazzle. Let's go.
I love it. Incredible attitude. And Rich, let me just say this before they take you off. You were commended multiple times, not just in the scoring, but during your call. You couldn't hear us, but the judges were saying, man, we love this guy's attitude. We love this guy's spirit. It was said multiple times. This is my first time seeing you and meeting you, but I'm already a fan, brother, and I look forward to following your content and seeing you more in the future, brother.
Dude, I appreciate that. That means a lot, and salute to all you guys. So thank you.
Already. With that said, y'all, we're going to go to round 2 of our qualifier. And this gentleman goes by the name of Ricky Morgan. He's from Arizona. He's done over 100 deals between here, Arizona and New Jersey. He's the host of the Flip Lab podcast, talking to some of the best closers in the nation. Guys, show some love for the one and only Ricky Morgan. We're about to make this thing happen. What's good, Big Daddy?
What's going on? Let's get it going.
Everything, bro. Everything. We're about to make it happen. How are you feeling?
Good, dude. Ready to make some calls. Hopefully we get some people on the phone and have some good combos.
I love it. Guys, is the timer ready? Because I can see the look of focus in Ricky's eyes. This dude is ready to make something happen.
All right, let me know when we're ready to go, and then I'm going to mute you all.
All right, we're going to go ahead and count it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's rock.
All right, let's get it going. All right, first one's up. Stillwater.
Your call has been forwarded.
Let's try her one more time.
Let's get it.
Your call cannot be completed.
All right, next up. Clarksville, Tennessee.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, Melody, this is Ricky. I was just giving you a call about that property over in Clarksville. Did you just sell that a couple weeks ago?
No. Which one are you talking? What property do you think you're talking about?
Oh, you must have a bunch of properties then. I was giving you a call about...
I have one, but sometimes people get mixed up. So tell me which one you think you're talking about.
I was calling you. My company gave me your info about 10:05. Okay, so that's where you...
May last year.
Oh, so you bought it May last year. I got you. So talk to me. What has you looking to sell?
Lots of things. My husband drives a Nashville every day.
Oh, how many miles is that?
Let's see, an hour and a half, so like 3 hours a day.
Man, with gas prices right now, shoo.
No, gas prices are good because he gets ethanol. It's only $2.64.
I got you. Well, that's good. At least he's saving some money there. But talk to me. It looks like it's a really nice house. You just bought it a year ago. What's going on with it?
Okay, let's go here from the beginning. Story from the beginning. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay, the realtor that we had was with OfferPad. And at that time, when the Krauses were selling me for, they even put the sign in the front yard. He said he walked to the house, looked good, lied to us, walked in the house when we bought it, and said, wrong house. Because we thought there was a bedroom downstairs. There's no bedroom downstairs. All the bedrooms are upstairs, the washer and dryer is upstairs, everything's upstairs. The stairs are not my friend. You know what I mean? I have a back issue, so the stairs are not my friend. So we're not happy. The house is wonderful, great neighborhood, all that good stuff. It's just not what we expected. How about that?
Yeah. No, I hear you. And that's why those iBuyers, sometimes you can't trust those offer pads or the Zillows trying to buy these homes.
No, because when he started out, he went and videotaped everything. And we put we did a lot of offering on houses because houses, whatever, gone before you blew your nose. And he didn't do it with this house. So I think him and the realtor that had this house is also the same people bought our house that we lived in. So I think there was a little jiggle jaggle, if you know what I mean.
I hear you. So are you still working with that realtor to find your next home, or?
No. He got fired from OfferPad in November.
Okay.
I don't know why. You can guess. And then we had it with Mark Spain. And he listed it for $274,900, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a lot of looky lures, which I hate looky lures. And then he said, "Oh, we need to paint our walls because our walls were not suitable to a buyer." So we painted the walls, took it off the market for 2 weeks, put it back on the market. And the first weekend it was on the market, we had 15 people walk through our house. 15 in 2 days. And crappy offer. And then he decided, "Oh, let's do the, what is it? Where they take over your mortgage payment."
Yeah, subject to
their approval with my loan company. Well, our loan company said that would take like 6 months. Well, these people needed to be out in another place by April 1st.
I hear you.
Didn't want to play around. So he said, "We'll have to go back to the traditional way." I said, "Nope, I'm done. I'm not doing any more looky lures. I've had it."
Well, Mel, yeah.
Just frustrated.
No, I hear you there. And it's always tough when you need to sell, within that first year, and especially prices were going up every year. And this past year, they haven't really. So sounds like you're definitely in a low equity position. Is that why you don't want to list it? If you listed it and when you said you got like a crappy offer, would have you had to bring money to closing? And is that why the offer didn't work?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because basically it was going to break even. Maybe we had to bring some money to closing.
Yeah.
But he gave his pocket,
And when you went through that subject to offer, because I've done a ton of subject to deals, and actually there are fastest closing deals because we don't have to wait on banks. And it's usually could take 3 or 4 days to get one of those closed. So I'm surprised the information you got that it was going to take 6 months.
Yeah, because let's go here. We're with Mr. Cooper.
Okay.
And we called them, and our loan officer not our loan officer, our Mark Spain guy called them, and they all told them the same thing.
It sounds like you've been dealing with, though, Melody, a bunch of realtors that like this is foreign language to them, this creative side of real estate when it comes to cash offers, subject to, seller finance type deals. The whole creative real estate space is just something that realtors are never even taught when they go and get their license. So I'm thinking they might have just gave you some different information, because I'm taking a look at this. Like if you're willing to pretty much hand me over the keys and I could just take over those mortgage payments, I'm pretty sure I could do that for you. And we could probably get you out this house in the next week or so.
Okay, let me say this then. The problem with that is to get another loan to buy another house, because we cannot live in an apartment because we have 2 dogs and a cat, and crazy people live with me. Literally crazy people. Our debt to ratio sucks.
Okay. Well, what we can do to help fix your debt to ratio is we can actually have this when the banks are looking at this and you're going to apply for your new mortgage, we can make this look like a rental property. So it actually will reduce that number. So you might be able to qualify. And this is all like, I have my finance team. He crunches all these numbers, and we could get this, pretty much a really easy process to figure out exactly what your debt to income ratio is, and then see what you got to do to qualify. Because if we could fix that problem and we were able to just take over the mortgage payment, and then you could still qualify and get into a new house, is that something you'd be happy to do?
Yes, but let me say this. Let me ask you this question.
All right, go ahead.
Number one, my mortgage is $2,053.69.
Okay.
It just went up $153.
Got it.
Because I didn't want to get above that 2,000 mark, but that's okay. I don't know where the world went on that crap.
Yeah, you
ratio.
You were saying how it just so your mortgage is just over $2,000 a month.
Yep.
Okay. So if I
my brain just totally went blank.
If I could take over that mortgage payment and it doesn't negatively impact your debt to income for you to get a new mortgage and a new primary loan, if our team could figure that out, does everything else make sense to you if we just came in and took over your mortgage payments and you pretty much just hand me over the keys?
And how long do you pay the mortgage payments? Till the mortgage is paid for, or a couple of years and then you just buy the house outright from us, or how does that work?
So you probably have a pretty good rate on your loan, right? What's your rate on that?
You ready? 4.87.
Okay, yeah. So that's pretty good. So there's a lot of properties I'll take over subject to, and I own a bunch where I took over those 2% and 3%, even 4% rates are pretty good, seeing what they're at today. And I'll probably keep those rates forever until the loan's paid off, unless something crazy happens with rates in the future. But it's a pretty simple process for you. I would just continue paying off those mortgage payments until I either decide to pay off that mortgage in full, and then I would own the property free and clear, or if I refinance or something. But I would probably just put renters in there, continue to pay that mortgage payment pretty much forever until it's paid off. And then
with renters, and you taking on the mortgage, but my name is still on the mortgage, or hubby's name, or whoever's name.
Yeah.
Something breaks. What happens? Who's responsible for that?
So I'm the owner. It's like, think about it this way. If something broke in your house, would you call the bank to fix it, or no, right?
I call my husband.
So this situation, I'm your husband. I own the house.
Okay.
So
you fix the washer.
I fix everything. It is my house. This is no longer your house. The only time, the biggest question you should have right now is, well, if Ricky stops paying me, like, do I get foreclosed on? What happens then? And that answer is really simple. If I stopped paying you, I'll would
hunt you down.
Which you should, but that would be very, very stupid of me to do, because you would get the house back. So we would just put a note in place that says if I don't make that payment, let's say on the 1st of the month, you'd become the owner without going to court or anything a few days later if I default on the payment.
But what was if there are renters in here? How is that going to work?
What do you
have a lease with you,
right?
And you don't make the payment. How am I going to get the renters out of my house?
Right. So that's where, there's some risk for you in that situation, but you have to look at it from my end, right? If I'm going to take over your mortgage payment and I'm going to put renters in there and they're paying me every month and this house is cash flowing, you think I want to give you this house back?
No, I'm just asking.
Right.
Now, let's have this is another question. We die. Me and my husband die, and our name is still on the loan. What happens then?
So I could put you in contact with an attorney about that. But it would be pretty simple. I mean, if you make a will and you left properties to your children, this would be debt payments to your children. So I would just continue,
You still pay Mr. Cooper.
Well, yeah, because if not,
that's paid off, and you would pay my kids.
Yeah, because I'm paying down remember that mortgage payment's getting paid down every month, right? So in a couple of years, like if I'm making these payments for 10 years now I do have a lot of skin in the game, because my end goal is to own these properties free and clear, right? So it's pretty simple. I would just, make these mortgage payments. All we would have to do is just transfer ownership. So I own the property, so I take over all responsibilities when it comes to the house. Remember, the house and the mortgage are separate. Okay. I know it's kind of hard to think about, because we always think like mortgage and house, like they're one and the same, but they're not. They're separate, right? One's debt and one's ownership. So I would own the property, and then let's say in 10 years down the road, let's say maybe I die, maybe I get hit by a bus, and I stop making those payments, stop going to your mortgage company. You would own the property again, and I would have been paying your mortgage for the last 10 years. So now you have way more equity into the deal. There's a good chance real estate over time, it goes up in price. So all of a sudden now in 10 years, you would own a property. Shoot, this property is going to be worth probably close to $400,000 or more in 10 years. I would have made all these mortgage payments, and now you're really into the back end of those mortgage payments, which I want to get to. You know how the front end, those first 10, 15 years, you're paying mostly interest. So if anything, you would be in a really good spot if down the road, if I stop making those payments.
Okay.
So
now, do you automatically pay the payments? There's no like waiting until the 10th.
no, I use a third party debt service. So it's automatic. It's on auto pay.
Okay.
All my properties are done through them.
Okay.
So
Got it.
if I can get you this all kind of in writing and it makes sense to you, what would be the next step for us to move forward on this? Because I know you guys are trying to get out this house as soon as possible.
We got to find a house. We got to close on it. We have to move.
Right.
That's all.
What if I started taking over your mortgage payments, you sell me the house, and you pay me rent for a few months while you guys then figure out that next house to buy?
Okay, but the rent would be no more than my current mortgage payment, correct?
That's all I'm looking for. I'm not trying to make a buck off you. If you're selling me the house, I'll do that when I rent it out to tenants.
The next person, right?
Exactly. So I could let you stay in the house for a couple months if that's what you need, maybe like a month or two. I know you're trying to get out as soon as you can. So sell me the house, you stay there for a little bit until you find your new place, and then move on in. And then this house is a thing of the past.
Works, and we would talk about it, but the debt to ratio has to work first.
Okay. Do you have a lender that you're currently working with to qualify you for your new house, or no?
No.
Okay.
Don't have it on the market.
Well, how about we do this then? How about I put this all in writing, I get it over to you, and then we got to find you, obviously, a lender to work with to help get you qualified for your new place.
And you don't have any in your pocket?
I could find some in my phone.
Okay.
I buy a lot of properties this way though, so I don't use lenders a lot,
Okay.
So if we could do that though, and the debt to income is not an issue, we have a deal of me just taking over the mortgage payment, you handing me over the keys, and I'll let you stay there for a month or two.
The ratio works, yes.
Okay.
Because I don't want to buy a house for 150 and put my family and my dogs and my sister in a crappy neighborhood.
Okay. And you think it's realistic? Like you and your husband, you guys have jobs, W-2 jobs. You think you are financeable?
Oh yeah. I mean, yes.
All right. So let me
the lender.
All right, Melody. Let me go ahead and put that in writing to you. And then I'll send that over to you. I know it's getting a little late over there. So how about then we hop back on the phone tomorrow? I could send you also a lender in the area because we got to get you pre-qualified and see exactly what's going on with your finance.
Yep.
Because I might be able to help you with the debt to income on this house, but I don't know about everything else going on in your guys' life. So.
Got it.
All right.
And where are you?
I'm out in Arizona, but I buy properties all around the country this way.
Well, this is a good military town, so.
Perfect. I like nice, stable, working class towns for my rentals. So.
Okay.
So we would have a deal, right? Right. Yeah. I don't have to. You hand me over the keys. I take over the mortgage.
Works. We're good.
All right. That sounds good. Let me put this in writing. I'll get you in contact with the lender. And then I know your husband's involved in this too. So I'd like to fill him in on what's going on as well. Because probably both of you guys want to know what's going on.
Phone. He heard probably everything.
Oh, perfect. What's your husband's name?
Mario.
All right, Mario. I'm buying the house. I'll get you guys into a new place, hopefully. We'll work with some lenders, and you won't have to go up those stairs anymore to get to the bedroom. That sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, let's see what you can do.
All right, Melody. I appreciate you. I will get this in writing, and we will talk tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Shoot, I hardly ever do subject twos, man. If someone wants to, if anyone's on here that specializes in subject two, let me know. And we'll work out the details. But let's keep it going.
He was working. I ain't gonna lie. He was working. He was jabbing.
What do I got on time, guys? I was on that. Where we at? 12 minutes. Cool.
Hey, Steven.
All right.
He was going to the body. He was going to the head. He
threw the uppercut. He knocked
on a cash lead. That's
dodging,
what I do most of the time.
I ain't gonna lie, that first call, man.
That was smooth, man.
Yeah.
That was really, and I think that was really educational for the audience, just so you guys can see how to maneuver through people that maybe they had a bad experience.
Too, though, that house is in really good shape. No money down.
And coming from a spot where somebody's been through the washing machine already, they've been pushed around. They got a lack of trust in the system.
He scored a lot of points on that, Liam.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he got everything besides the signed contract, really, because.
Hello.
Hey, Cristobal.
Sick.
Hey, it's Ricky. I'm giving you a call about the house over on Goose Creek.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just wanted to see how we could help you out with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a nice house. Talk to me. What's going on with it?
Let me see it. Hold it. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you good.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, I was calling you about the house on Addison Drive. Just want to see how we could help you out with that.
1 second. Is la casa de Addison? What about the house?
Yeah, so is it, I was taking a look at it. Is there a house on there or is it just a plot of land?
On Addison Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's, I think, mobile homes there, right?
I'm looking at the satellite view. That's kind of what it's looking like. Zilla's telling me it's on like 3 acres and looks like, yeah, it might be some manufactured homes on it. You're the owner, right?
No.
Oh, okay. I had a web form with your name on it. What's your involvement with this property?
Well, that was because they did subdivided that property. So what about it though?
So I'm a home and land buyer, and I had a web form that was filled out by you that says you're looking to sell. So I'm just seeing if I could buy this property from you, or if it makes sense for us.
No, it's not for sale.
Okay. So do you know, like, how did this web form get in my lap with your phone number and your name on it with this address if you weren't looking to sell?
We have no idea.
No idea, man. All right. Well, no worries, dude. I will take you off the list.
All right. Thank you.
All right, see it. I would have looked on probably PropStream to see if he was the owner. I wasn't sure if he was lying to me or not, but let's keep it going. No time for games.
No, I like how we handled that objection. Somebody comes and says something that's against all odds. You question them on it, even if it's a bit confrontational.
The number you've dialed is not in service. Please check.
No worries.
Let's see. It's good to see the best closers to go through a lot of no's.
Hello.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Ricky. I'm calling you about all that land you have over in Greensboro.
It's a half an acre, I believe, total.
Yeah. It looks like I don't have too much info on it. 4009 South Fremont.
Yeah, 4009. Yep, that's the one.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just I got your web form that you're looking to sell it. Just want to see how we can help you out with it.
Yeah, I actually got a couple guys looking at it right now. They want to place an offer on it soon, but they haven't yet. So, are you guys like wholesalers, or what are you guys doing?
We do it all. We'll wholesale deals. We'll buy them, flip, build, develop. It really depends on each deal. So it sounds like I know I was on vacation last week, man. I know this web form's a little old now. I'm sure you talked to a bunch of guys already. What's kind of the consensus after talking to other investors?
So actually, I mean, yeah, man, it's a plethora of people. Like I got calls from now. Some were like, scammers. Some were legit. I think 2 legit offers on it, which were a little low, but I'm considering it. One was right at 21,000. Another one was, I think, 19.5. So a little lower than what I wanted, honestly. So we're now waiting on the deed to come in. The deed should be in here within about 10 days, around June 8th or 9th. So I'm kind of waiting on that to come through. But roughly in the between 19 and 22,000 is where I'm kind of sitting at. Honestly, a little lower than what I wanted to get for it, but I'm considering the offers right now on those two. So
Okay. And when you say you're waiting on, yeah, no, I hear you there. When you say you're waiting on the deed, did you inherit this property, or what's kind of the story behind it?
No, actually, I just purchased it recently. So I haven't got the deed in yet, but yeah, I just purchased it a few months ago. So I'm in the business too, where I kind of flip properties as well, and I've actually got another one I'm working on as well. Actually, two more I'm working on as well, but they haven't fallen through yet. So this one has, other ones haven't. So yeah.
Okay. So you're just trying to make a quick buck on this one?
Well, yeah, most of the properties I get, I mean, honestly, when I get them, I pretty much try to make 10 to 20% of what I got invested in them. Move on to the next. I don't have time to, renovate or list them through agents and wait, because I'm limited on funds as well. So I don't really have a ton of money I'm working with, and I'm not trying to get loans on property. So I just, buy what I can with what I've got and move from there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do.
Yeah, no, that's it sounds like we're kind of in the same game, but this one, so you have offers at 19 and 21. I'm assuming that's probably, if you're not happy with those offers, is that pretty close to what you picked it up for?
No, actually, at that price there, I'm making a little bit, not much. I'm making some of it. I've got I actually got a higher offer than this, right at 23.5. But I didn't like the way the person was talking. They didn't seem legit, honestly. So that's why I kind of backed off on that. So that was the highest I got on it. But I mean, right at 2021 is probably, I would say, a fair deal for me. Not making much of it, but I'm making some. And I can move on to the next. But a question for you is: so, Do you work for yourself, or do you work for a company, or how do you guys operate? Just so I can know.
Yeah, it's just me and my partner, man. So like I said, we do wholesale, but we also buy. So it just depends. Similar to you. You sound like you're an investor. Like you come across an opportunity and you figure out what the best thing to do with that property. So I'm not one of these internet bullshit wholesalers who's not going to put down earnest money and send you some crap contract. No, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I deal with this shit every single day, so I understand how frustrating it is. I totally do.
Yeah, no, it's really some of these guys are just really some true scammers. You got to be very careful out here, man. I mean, I've come across at least two that I can, I'm actually trying to do, investigation on both those guys, just try to get them off these sites, man. And because I don't want anybody else to get ripped off as well. Because what these guys will do, man, they'll get your information, and then they'll get you to sign some kind of contract, and then they'll try to list a property for. I'm like, no, I'm not looking for a JV. I'm not trying to get, joint venture. I've just got a little property I'm selling. You want to buy it, yes or no? I'm not trying to. I don't need any help selling it. I don't need no help somebody trying to invest with me. It's like, dude. But yeah, man. So I got a couple guys' phone numbers that seem legit to me that I want to deal with. I mean, if you're one of those guys, I can put you on lock and have your numbers real. When I come across properties, man, I mean, I'm in the range of anywhere from a couple thousand all the way to my max probably going to be roughly at 300,000 is where I'm maxing out at what I can invest in. So I'm not a big time investor. I'm small time, just starting. So yeah, as long as I can get the right wholesalers, man, and lock them in, whatever I come across, I can shoot you. I mean, I've got two more other guys, and you'll be a third, I guess, if you're
Yeah, I don't mind working with like I said, other wholesalers and people, but there's got to be meat on the bone for me too. You know what I mean? I do my own marketing. I pay for my own marketing and leads, so I don't rely on other people to just send me deals. But if it's mutually beneficial for us, like we could definitely do some business. So what would be the number for you to say yes on this land over here? I'm thinking maybe like the highest and best use would be commercial. I don't know what you're thinking, but
commercial. When you say commercial, I think it's a residential lot, honestly. So it sits in a residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's in a subdivision, so it's got to be a home on there. So you can't put a commercial building on that property.
Okay.
advertise as such.
No worries.
Yeah, so-
I was looking in the wrong spot on the map. I was pulling up this but anyway, so residential, we got to build on it.
Yeah, so it's not. I mean,
Okay.
If it's commercial, then it's not what you're looking for. Because no, it's definitely not commercial.
Yeah, it's just it's weird. It's just like, big plot of land kind of in this it looks like a sub full of mobile homes or.
Well, no, they're not mobile homes. They're homes, but it's not definitely not a commercial lot.
Okay,
Sure.
I got you.
That's what you're looking for. It's not the one you need.
All right, residential, no worries. And if you say you had offers at like 19 and 21, is there a number that you'd be ready to sign an agreement to if you received that?
As far, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I mean, 2021 is fair for me, but as far as signing anything, I kind of live by the old rules, man. If you're not in front of me, I'm not signing anything. I'm sorry, that's just the way I do things. If you want to do business together,
okay.
The only way I would do it would be in front of an attorney, signing on the spot. I collect, you get the property, and we move on. That way, everybody's. I know it's kind of hard to travel and do things, and everything's online now. But when it comes to land, honestly, and I'm new at this.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any, crazy moves. Not saying that you're one of those guys, but just to be on the safe side, So if we do come across a deal and we agree to it, and I'm willing to pay, the attorney fees, I mean, whatever they cost, $1,500 or $2,000, just to be on the safer side on both ends. That way, I'm legit. I know you're legit, and everybody is satisfied at the end of the day.
I like the way you do business, man. I'm usually a kitchen table handshake type of guy. So
yeah, that's the best way, man. That's the best, because trust me, man, the stuff they've been sending me online, man, I mean, you wouldn't believe it, but I mean, it's just, I actually have one company right now, honestly, that I spoken to. They were the first one I spoke to about a month ago, because I acquired a property and I just made some phone calls here and there. So I'm like, okay, if the deal's coming in, it'll be here in June, and so on and so forth. And what they actually did was, because they said, okay, we'll send you the contract. We agreed to it. It's $23,500. Make a long story short, man, what they did was, I said, okay, send me the contract and we'll move on from there. They actually went and listed the property for sale as if it was their own.
yeah, I hate when people do that, man.
What in the hell are you guys doing?
It's the Wild West out there, man, with wholesalers. You got to be careful, but let's do this. Let's just do this because I'm going to have to obviously take a deeper look at this, with the zoning and everything. So let me take a deeper look, and then I'll get back to you kind of either way, and then let me know, man.
There it is. Look at that.
Hey,
that one by quick.
Man, for real. I love it. All right, so that was my guy, Ricky Morgan. I'm not even gonna front. I've seen Ricky perform before, y'all. Judges are currently scoring right now. I've seen Ricky perform on the Closers Olympics before. My man came with that fire today. Did y'all see the way he went about the creative final? And y'all, he said that sub 2 wasn't really his thing. So very, very beautiful. I love to see it. With that said, let's go ahead and hop right into the judges' score. I believe Liam is his scores are done. Liam, do you want to come on? And okay, actually, let's hold off on that. But okay, completely understood. Those of you in the comment section, what are y'all's thoughts? Because we're about to get the judges' scores and their feedback, their insights, their expertise on what they just saw my man Ricky Morgan do. But put in the comment section what your thoughts were. Okay? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was taking notes. I was watching the way my man was finessing. He has a certain way about the way he speaks, a certain confidence, a certain certainty. And they say that there's two things that really win deals, in the grand scheme of things, and that's certainty and likability, right? So if you come in with confidence and certainty and you mix that with likability, man, that's a poison that is, if the seller can be sold and you're coming in with certainty and likability, that contract is yours. All right, that contract is yours. All right. Beautiful. All right, I want to say we're ready for Liam Benson. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and bring on my man Liam. Liam, we highly respect you. We know that you're an incredible closer. What's your insight on Ricky Morgan, man? Give us your thoughts and feedback.
This one was fantastic. There's a lot of takeaways from it. You're going to see on my scoring that I scored him for a 4 on pretty much everything. Now, 5 is perfect. That means there's no room for improvement.
Yeah.
And so he did everything exceptionally well. And the only areas that I would say I would like to see him do things a little bit differently is one, on the intro. I love it when I hear people saying their names as a statement as opposed to a question. So I wouldn't come in and say, "Is this Aaron?" I'm going to say, "Aaron." I'm going to be familiar and excited to talk to you because that immediately starts me off in a high spot of rapport. So that's one thing. And then when it comes to handling objections, I like to handle an objection with the question where they give me something and I'm not going to immediately like try and like fight against it, but I'm going to try to like, if they're coming at me, I want to just smoothly come into it and loop it back around. So I push it back onto them. And so the one instance where I dropped a point from was when she said, she brought up what happens if we die. And he said, "Well, I can refer you to an attorney." That didn't get her too excited. So that's another thing we could have done better. Other than that, everything was just fantastic. And I think my last little pointer would be, I want to see a little bit more variance in the cadence and the pitch, get a little bit high and low and fast and slow and draw them in and kind of turn it into a performance. But other than that, he asked excellent questions. The creative was excellent. So I think a lot of takeaways and you guys can learn a lot from it.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. And by the way, guys, answering a question with a question, I'm sure Liam knows this. This is called Socratic questioning. It comes from Socrates, who used to his mentees. In order to educate them, when they came to him with questions, he would ask them questions to really educate and draw them out. So I love that.
Jordan Belfort is fantastic at it in his sales videos.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful feedback, guys. This is why I say you got to pay attention to the feedback as much as you do the actual performance. Scorecards are ready. Do we want to pull up Liam's scorecard? Because we're ready to bring up Steven. I want to get Steven's feedback. But basically, Liam scored 23 points total for my man, Ricky Morgan. I love to see it. With that said, thank you for that, Liam. Steven Morales, what are your thoughts on this performance, bro? Give us your insight and expert feedback on this.
I think that the audience learned a lot from that conversation, given the fact that the lady already had a bad experience with somebody else or was a little shaky. I think Ricky did an excellent job with rapport. I gave him a 5 out of 5 with that. I mean, when you're talking to people just about the small things, gas prices are too high. He was talking to her like a friend. Like they connected almost immediately. So I give a 5 out of 5 out of that. Negotiations. I think he did a great job. That was kind of mixed up with the objections because he found himself explaining the process extremely well. That kind of ties into the 5 out of 5 creative option, right? And the lady was already a little bit shaky about it, but he explained it in a way where not only did he sound like a friend, but you could tell she felt comfortable.
Yeah.
You could tell she felt really comfortable with it. Handling objections, I think it was good, except the fact that, what if I die, like Liam said, but just explaining it to her again where she felt comfortable enough to move forward. Identifying the pain went well. And then the verbal agreement, I gave a 5 out of 5 because they verbally agreed to move forward. And I think he asked 2 or 3 times, ready to move forward, right? So the lady just, she understood what he was saying, and he was explaining it to her in a very simple language, right? And he was really picking in the small details. And I think it was an excellent phone call. I think everybody watching could have learned something. I think he did great. Good job.
I love it. I love it. Expert feedback. My man, Steven Morales scored Ricky for 27 points out of 40. Beautiful, beautiful thing to see. My man, Keith Everett out of Alabama, the man himself. Brother, what were your thoughts on Ricky Morgan's performance? You're muted, bro. What'd you say?
I said he went crazy.
Yeah,
Ricky
he did.
Crazy. I like Ricky. What I like about Ricky is that the videos he got on YouTube, he brought it to real life. So you gotta respect with Ricky on. Another thing, Ricky threw up the creative option. That ain't even his expertise, but he still performed it. So for the people that's watching, even if you're not an expert at the subject to or creative options, you still need to learn it because you may have to pull it out at a certain time. So I gave my guy all 4s across the board, 4 for 4 like Wendy's. Everything was a 4. Everything was a 4, right? Oh, the verbal agreement, it should be a 4. I don't know what's going on. Maybe as a judge, I'm doing some things wrong, and I'm sorry about that. But the guy got all 4s. The verbal was a 4.
Yeah.
I think the report was a 4 because you got to think about this. For someone to be able to even consider to let you take over their property or consider for you to be able to rent it back out or lease it back out to them for a couple months, they got to trust you. So I had to keep 4. Negotiations. They was going back and forth. You know what I mean? The seller, she didn't just take the first option when he first got to do creative. He had to explain to her exactly how, down to the T, that she was going to get paid, what happened with the loan balances, can she get her another property? And I feel like that he did a good job with that. Handling objections. He did a great job of handling objections. Again, for you to be able to do anything creative with a seller, they're going to have questions. That lady had questions on him. She was putting him in a hot seat, but every time he got in that hot seat, he was able to overcover that. All right. What we got next? Identifying pain. He understood exactly what the seller was looking to do. Again, I gave him a 4 on that. He did a great job of asking her additional questions to be able to bring more out. And also the verbal agreement. He definitely got the verbal. I gave him a 4 on that because they want to have an extra conversation, additional conversation on exactly how they can make it work, how you can lease back the property to her, and they got to speak about how can they get another property. And then another thing I had to give him at the end, he made sure he brought the husband in to make sure that he was good with it. So all in all, like Kobe Bryant, I gave him a 2-4.
Oh my goodness. All right. So my man Ricky Morgan in the qualifiers round 2 is the score to beat, y'all. The score is 74, and that's nothing to sneeze at in the qualifiers. Mind you, guys, just so y'all know, as a reminder, the individuals who are in the qualifiers have also been vetted. So it's not just any Joe Schmoes that are up here. Ricky actually has already been in the Closers Olympics. So this is nothing to sneeze at. This is the score to beat, y'all, 74. Incredibly excited about it. With that said, Ricky, I mean, brother, how do you feel about your performance? Give us a quick Reader's Digest version. You got about 30 seconds. Talk to us a little bit about your what you just did out there.
Yeah, I appreciate all the kind words and the scores. I thought like it's definitely outside of my boxes doing creative. So it was, but that's exactly what that lady needed. So really good situation there. And yeah, I appreciate the feedback. I definitely think, it's helped that I've been on the stage before. So yeah, I thought it went pretty well. Hope people learn some stuff.
I love it. I love it. Good job, Ricky. I'm a fan of yours, bro. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you guys.
With that said, y'all, there are staples in every industry. There are companies in every industry that make the industry possible. Okay. And one of the staples, one of the mainstays, one of the pillars in our industry in terms of marketing, in terms of providing a platform that gives us the opportunity to be able to close deals. This is the Closers Olympics, is iSpeedToLead. All right. And these guys, some of the biggest names in the industry swear by them. And there's a reason for it. It's because these guys are actually putting on for the industry, putting on for the community. They're one of the reasons why we're able to have a Closers Olympics 2023. And with that said, we got a brief video that we're going to gift everybody in the audience. Let's go ahead and play the video and let's make this thing happen before we go on to round 3.
Man, I wish we were cool enough to have a video. I'm just here talking to you guys. But what I want to think
Holy smokes. Hey, this is better. This is better than a video, Liam.
You give me live. There we go. Nothing pre-recorded. We don't do, first take everything. So here's what I think. You guys right now, you got to get leads in your pipeline. There's a lot of ways to do that. You can go and get a list, put it into your triple line dialer, call about 500 people to find somebody who you can get a contract signed with. Or you can go and you can start up your own campaign. You can have a team manage it for you. But then you got to get it ramped up, get the creative running, get your targeting dialed in. It's going to take a while for things to get dialed in. There's no way to just get leads directly into your pipeline in like 30 seconds, right? Wrong. That's what iSpeedToLead is about. Check this out. All you've got to do is you just got to hop right onto our website like this. We spent a lot of money on designers to make it look beautiful. And look at this. We have pre-vetted leads that are ready to be taken down. You can come in and set filters by state, county. You can do all these different statuses, and you can get all these extra filters so you can do really specific marketing. You get to cherry pick who you want, and you get to see all this information about them. It's like this guy in Appleton, Wisconsin. They're moving closer to family. They're open to discussing creative financing. It's not listed, of course. It's 4-bed, 3-bath. They've owned it 2 to 5 years. You can get this one, or this one, or this one. And we're generating hundreds of these every single day in pretty much every market across the U.S. So if you guys haven't signed up, sign up. And I actually, right now in the chat, I will put a fantastic coupon that we have that'll get you $150 off any lead. So that's all I got to share with you guys.
Beautiful. Liam, we love you as a person. We love iSpeedToLead. You guys have continuously put on for the community and the industry at large. Thank you for everything that y'all do to serve us. We really appreciate you, man. And just as I know we got to move on to the next little tidbit, I just want to throw this out there. In my community, I have hundreds of mentees that I've had the honor to work with. Many of them are iSpeedToLead users, and I get to take credit for helping them close these deals and making money. But a lot of them are getting their deals from iSpeedToLead. So it's been a privilege to work with you guys and around you guys over the last few years. So keep doing what y'all are doing, Liam. We appreciate you, dude.
I appreciate you too, boss.
With that said, y'all, we're going to go right in to round 3 of our qualifiers. All right, we're about at the halfway mark, y'all. We got 2 more performances that we're looking to see. This individual hails from North Carolina. Oh, wait, no, wrong one, y'all, wrong one. This individual hails from Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, he's done over 40 deals. Okay, so he's what I would consider, he's a little bit of a greenie in the game. However, you got to understand, he went from minimum wage to his first 6 figures in 2022. So he's nothing to sneeze at. He's nothing to play with. He calls himself the best closer because he says, if there's a problem, I will solve it. I want you guys to show some love for my man, Fabit Hedgepeth. Let's go ahead and bring my man on stage, and let's make this thing happen, Captain.
Let's go. You fam in the building, baby.
Yeah. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm great, man. Ready to solve some problems.
I love it. Hey, look, this is my first time ever meeting you, bro. I love your energy. You're coming with the aura. I love your bio. We're going to go ahead and bring on the shot clock. You ready to make this happen, bro?
Let's do it, baby.
Already. All right. I'm going to go ahead and count you in. We got 30 minutes on the clock. We're going to bring on our our judges, and we'll go ahead and get started in about 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
It's time, baby. It's time.
I'm excited to see this one.
I want to see a different style. I got 99 problems closing the deal, ain't one.
Man, whatever problems this guy has, it is not getting support in the comments. Everybody is out here for him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They believe.
It's the U fam. They run deep over there, man.
On double dial. No, we do.
Charge Stuff family in the comments. Chris Jefferson.
Hi, you've reached Lucretia. Please leave your name and phone number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, you fill out a form on our website about your property over there on Ethan Street. I was just giving you a call about it.
On to the next.
Somebody says the timer is not going. Timer does not start until the first person picks up the phone.
it's around that time where, you know, your mind got to stay positive. You know,
It's getting later in the day. You're feeling tired. Sellers are feeling tired. You got to come in and be the most exciting part of their day.
Let's go. Let's go.
Gotta keep yourself hyped up, energy right, affirmations.
Hello?
The good thing is he haven't got anyone on the phone yet for the clock to start. That's the key thing right now. Another day at the office, my guy. He about that action. Popcorn is ready. We're getting ready to see.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 26731218858 is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept.
Can't even leave on message. All right. They weren't ready to sell. Let me see. I hit this one up.
Keep it moving. Somebody gonna pick up, and that's exactly
one right here.
Exactly what you got to tell yourself when you get a couple calls when somebody
right here.
Hello?
Hey, Leighton, how's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, this is Fabit. My assistant sent me your file. Looks like you submitted a form on our website about your property over there on Forest Ave. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Well, I'm currently cooking dinner.
Oh man, what you cooking?
Herb roasted chicken and peas and some veggie thoughts.
Oh man, that sounds like a real nutritious meal. Well, hey, I don't want to hold you up. I got a few other calls that I do need to make. It's kind of the end of the month, so we're all looking to get a couple deals closed. Were you really serious about selling this house, or were you just kind of curious about an offer?
Yes, I'm very serious.
Okay. Now, are you the one chefing the meal up, or is there somebody that can kind of step in? Like I said, I don't want to hold you up, but we're only really looking to buy a couple more houses, and we're really interested in yours. So hopefully we can help you out here. Do you have a couple minutes?
Yeah, I can talk for a couple minutes.
Sure. So just kind of catch me up to speed on what's going on with the house, and why you're looking to sell it besides getting the right price.
So I moved in 50-ish days.
Okay.
I'm in the Army, so I'm going to a new duty station.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support. And all the problems that are with the house is it needs touch-up paint. The carpet will probably need to be cleaned, and then there's a couple patches on the carpet that an old cat of ours scratched up.
Okay.
It'll need to be fixed, and then the master bathroom shower needs a new drain pan. If you know what that is.
For sure. So it seems like it's mostly cosmetic things. Any major work that needs to be done with it? Maybe with like the roof, the HVAC, water heater.
Water heater was put in 2018. Heater was 2013. AC 2015. The roof was put in 2021.
Okay. So everything's pretty up to date on it.
Yes, and I've got all of the wiring ran for ADT Home Services, the newest model.
Okay.
And I had the main water line repaired in 2021.
Wow.
So
Okay.
the water line's new as well.
Wow. So did you do all that work yourself, or did you have some contractors come in and, you know, give you some estimates to complete for you?
I had contractors come in and repair the main water line, and then I've only owned the house since 21.
Wow.
And 3 days before I closed on it, they put a new roof on the house as part of the closing.
That was awesome. You must have had a good realtor. You negotiated that really well yourself.
I just got lucky. I had a good realtor.
Okay. Yeah, it happens like that sometimes. You know, we buy all of our houses mostly direct to seller, but we do work with realtors every once in a while. So it's good when you do have somebody on your team that, you know, they could give you a good price and they could get a good deal worked out for you. Now, like I said, I don't want to hold you long at all. I know you're cooking some good dinner and stuff for the wife. You know, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Would she need to be, you know, part of this call if we agree to kind of a win-win scenario on the side and move forward?
What, my wife or the realtor?
No, the realtor. I mean, the wife. I'm sorry.
No, she's gonna just let me take charge of it.
Okay.
She'll have to sign some paperwork with me because I put her as a co-owner in case, you know, something happened when I deployed.
Definitely. And, you know, once again, thank you so much for your service. I know Memorial Day is right around the corner. You know, me and the family, we're going to be throwing some steaks and stuff on the grill. Y'all got any plans for the weekend?
It is my 5-year anniversary with my wife.
Wow.
So I will be
Congratulations.
celebrating
That is awesome, man. Y'all got a lot to celebrate. And where are you relocating to?
Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Okay. So you're currently in Oklahoma. You're going to Kentucky, so that's a bit of a stretch. How long are you anticipating staying there?
In Kentucky, I'll be there for about 3 years.
About
The
3
Army
years.
moves you about every 3 years.
Okay. And how soon are you all looking to move there?
50-ish days.
Okay. 50 days. So do you already have like a house lined up, or will you be renting something there? What's the plan?
We're moving to on-base housing.
Okay.
And the Army's going to provide me a house.
Wow. Yeah, they make it real easy for you.
Sometimes it can be easy or it can be difficult. It just depends.
I've heard the stories. You know, I come from a military family myself. My dad, now he was in the Navy, right? He was the lone one. But both my uncles, they were in the military. I had one that served for about 30 years, one that did about 10, and then my grandfather, he was in the military as well. So I've heard all the stories, the good ones, the bad ones. You know, they had my one uncle, he was traveling around the world, you know, going from base to base, but he loved it, right? Got to see a lot of different places, got to take his family on, you know, trips and stuff like that. So hopefully this will be a good move for you and the family. I mean, do y'all have kids?
Yeah, I've got a 5-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son.
Wow. Okay. Y'all done, or you got plans for more?
I'm done.
Okay. So you calling it quits, huh?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I can't blame you. I got 3 myself. Now we're working on a few more. I don't know if the wife gonna go for it, but I like to get a nice little basketball or football team. So we'll see. We'll see if we can make something happen there. Now I am a bit curious. I have sent this over to my underwriting team for final review. You know, to see what type of numbers they come back with. But while I am waiting on that, I mean, do you all kind of have a price in mind in terms of what you're looking for?
I was looking for around 140.
140. Okay. Wow. And you know, I'm sure you're getting a bunch of calls and texts and stuff like that. You know, I talk to homeowners all the time. And you know, I know we're not the only game in town. Now, you know, typically we are the most competitive in terms of price and, you know, being able to add value in terms of whatever you need. But, you know, at the 140, have you gotten any offers at that price so far, or what type of feedback have you gotten about that?
I've gotten 2 offers at that price, but they wanted seller financing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do seller financing.
I understand. And I guess, there are only a couple options for you because you're definitely going to make the move, right? 50 days.
Yeah.
You close your eyes and it'll be here and you'll all be packing and kind of headed on your way. But, what are your plans if you can't get the 140,000? I mean, what are you going to do at that point?
I am flexible on the price. I'd like to get 140, but I'm willing to at least hear out other options.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand. Now, we buy properties cash all the time. I mean, we are an investment company now. We're not like these iBuyers and stuff. We don't have the reserves to buy up all of America, right? I mean, we do, a couple deals a month. So we can kind of pick and choose what we want. But when we do identify a property that, we're strongly interested in, we do want to put our best foot forward, right? But once again, cash offer may not work for everybody. Now, we do have a brokerage leg. We have a great team of realtors that we work with. So I'm curious with, the property doesn't seem like it needs a lot of work at all. Have you even thought about just maybe listing it?
I've thought about it, but I just don't feel like I really have the time for all that. I'm trying to just be done with it.
Yeah. No, I understand. And you say you just bought this a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably don't have a ton of equity in it, or?
Well, so whenever I bought it under market value of what it was appraised at.
Okay.
And it's gone up in value. And I know with just a little bit of investment, if I had the time, I would be able to make it worth more. If there's simple upgrades that can be done to increase the property value.
For sure. And what would you do to it?
The first thing I would do is replace all of the, so only the front windows are the newer windows that are the double pane.
Okay.
All of the back and side are the older style with the storm window.
Okay.
And if I wanted to, put hardwood floor throughout the whole home.
Does it have carpet now, or what is it?
Yeah, it's got carpet in the living room and the bedrooms, and then tile in the kitchen, and then laminate, like the vinyl planks in the, I guess you would consider it the formal dining room is what it was shown as, was second living room / formal dining room. Okay.
And you said within the last 3 years, you replaced the roof, HVAC, water heater.
The HVAC, water heater, and air conditioning are all relatively new. The only thing that's been replaced in the last 3 years is fix the main water line. The sewer line was redone. The roof is only 3 years old. Other than that, it's all how it came.
Okay. And, I'm really going to go to bat for you here, just to be honest. So we don't get paid on commission or anything like that. I get paid on volume. So if we can't make the deal happen, I can't feed my family. And like I said, I got 3 kids. My oldest is 14. He'll eat you out of house and home. So I got to go to bat for folks like yourself to make sure I can continue to provide for my family. So I really want to, go to my underwriters and see if we can make something happen here. But it does appear that you're pretty close to retail on the asking price. How did you come up with the 140,000?
Because simply based on the offers that other people have made me, I can do would 130 be more reasonable? 125?
125. It's possible. So I know you've done some repairs to the house. If you had to fix it up to market standard, I mean, how much more work do you think it would even take?
I think it takes maybe $7,000 worth of materials and labor.
7,000.
Yeah.
Okay. And based on the amount of time that you have, you don't have time to do that work yourself and list it. Yeah, it sounds like he's kind of got you in a tough spot, right?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like the best option would be to list it, but for someone like us, we typically come in and flip these homes. We don't have to hit a home run, right? But we do have to, make enough money to just kind of keep the lights on. And I know you said that, if you had the time, you kind of put the work into it. But I mean, have you even considered maybe just renting the property out? Has that been an option for you?
I've considered it, but at this point, I'm going to be over 1,000 miles away. It's not feasible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've got friends in the area, but they're also in the military, so they'll eventually move and not be around here.
Got you. No, I understand. So if you can't sell it in the next 50 days, I'm assuming you still got to pay that mortgage off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how much is the mortgage, if you don't mind me asking?
$688.
$688.
Mortgage. That's the house payment, the insurance, and the taxes.
Okay. Wow. $688, and you just bought it a couple years ago, so I'm sure you got a pretty strong, interest rate on it. Where are you at? Maybe 3-4%?
2.5%.
2.5.
I believe.
Okay, 2.7. Wow. Man, so like I said, cash. Like I said, I'm gonna do my best to go to bat for you. I know you're at 125 on this, and I can't even really tell you where they're gonna come back at. And I don't want to hold you much longer. I know your dinner's probably getting cold. Like I said, I got a few more calls that I need to make before the weekend, because I'm gonna be taking a 4-day weekend, spend some time with the family, because it's been a little bit rough around here lately. But I do want to make something happen for you. Kind of looking in the area. I know you've been getting a bunch of calls and texts about it. I mean, if somebody were to come in, around 80, 90,000, I mean, is that a price that you would even consider?
No.
And I mean, have you even been getting offers in that ballpark, or?
No.
Not at all.
I owe 97 on it.
Right, 97.
And when I bought it, it was valued at 120.
And now you think it's worth 125 in its current condition?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I talk to homeowners like yourself all the time. I had a seller, Mike, that we closed on a deal maybe a month or two ago. And he was kind of in a similar situation. He bought the house around 2019, and it was a newer house, right? It was about a 2014. So he did have, a little bit of equity in the house, but he just couldn't continue to afford the mortgage, right? So his options were kind of very slim. Now interest rates are 6-7%. And the property itself, it was about a $400,000 house, right? So there's not many buyers that can afford those types of mortgages these days. And the only option for him, I tried to make a cash deal work, but he just didn't have enough equity in the property. So the only, type of scenario that could work, and I mean, I don't know that this is going to work for you, right? But we do have a program to where we could take over your mortgage, and that's what we did in that situation. He was looking to move pretty fast, so we were able to put some money in his pockets for moving expenses and whatnot through our relocation assistance program, and it really helped him out. So we took the property over, we're taking over the mortgage, and now we do have a tenant in that property, and he doesn't have to worry about it anymore. Now, I don't even know that that's something that would even be a good fit for you, but I mean, what are your thoughts?
So I wouldn't, if you took over my mortgage, like the house is no longer in my name, correct?
Correct. So the mortgage is still in your name, but the house gets deeded to us. So we have full ownership and responsibility of the house. Now, as I mentioned, this does not work for every single person. The only reason that I mentioned it to you is even at 125,000, we're over leveraged in this, and the market, we're anticipating it to only get worse. I mean, have you been paying attention to the news? Do you kind of know what's going on in real estate right now?
Yeah.
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 So just looking at your neighborhood, I mean, you got houses selling from 105 to 120, right? And these are houses that are fixed up. You know, I mean, they look good. So I'm not even sure that I can squeeze 125 out of my team. I know you said that you don't want to put yourself in a position to be a landlord, though that, you know, that may be a good option for you. You don't have a huge mortgage or anything. So, you know, but for a situation like this, you know, like I told you what we did with Mike, why wouldn't a deal like that work for you, I guess?
Because that's, I mean, at that point, it's essentially similar to seller financing or something like that, because I'm still holding the credit.
Yeah, and there is a slight difference. So I guess when you mentioned seller finance is a strategy when you actually own the property free and clear. Now you still have a mortgage on this home, so in essence, it wouldn't be a seller finance deal. I know you're looking to move here in the next 40, 50 days, right? I'm sure it's going to take you all time to pack. And are you driving out to Kentucky or?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sure as soon as you get there, they're probably going to put you to work, right? I know that, you know, I'm sure the military just don't let you sit around for long. So you kind of on this time crunch. What would make a deal like this work for you? That would kind of be one question. And I guess why wouldn't you consider the seller finance option that was presented to you previously? Why didn't that make sense to you?
Well, see, with any kind of option like that, there's no way for me to, you know, essentially check your credit and know that I'm not going to be signing away my deed to my house and still being stuck with my mortgage.
Okay. And I mean, if you signed over your deed, you know, we took over the mortgage, what would be your main concern with that?
The mortgage is still legally mine, correct?
Correct.
That's the thing. The legal aspect of the mortgage still being on my credit score and under my name.
Okay. And I'm not going to put words in your mouth or anything like that right now. You know, when I was talking to Mike about this, and we've done countless deals this way. We've done even seller finance deals. We love the cash deals because we're in and out, right? But when you don't have the equity, it's, you know, nobody's going to pull out cash that they can't get a return on. That's just the reality of it, right? Yeah. Even the banks don't give you a mortgage that they can't get a return on. That's why you have a interest rate there, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, because we do so many of these deals and, you know, we are looking to get returns on these deals, it doesn't benefit us not to pay your mortgage. So what happens is when we take over a property like this, like with Mike, it was a 2014. So we didn't have a lot of work to do. But to get it to, you know, tenant standards, we still had to go in there and put about $11,000 worth of work. Okay. And that's just on the front end. Now we're dealing with the headache of tenants, toilets, termites, right? We got to deal with all that. Now we do have a property management company that helps us with all that. But we have to take on the burden of this. So it doesn't benefit us to put all of this time, all of the money, all of the resources into these deals and not actually get a return. Because if we don't pay that mortgage and we've already put all that money and time into it, you just get the property back. Now you got it with the mortgage paid down, and now maybe you got $10,000 worth of equity on the table. Once you get it back from us, you may have $20,000 worth of equity. So that just doesn't make sense for us. Does that make sense to you?
But so are you planning on paying off the mortgage faster than what I was projected to pay it off? Or how does that work?
So let me just slow down just a little bit. So my initial concern is we get you and your family to Kentucky in 50 days. You know, I would want to know what is it going to take for us to help you do that. Like I said, we do have a relocation assistance program that we can help you out with in that type of situation.
I don't need any. The Army's going to pay to move me. I don't need any extra money to move myself there.
Okay. So what would really help? Because the concerns that you have, I'm gonna walk you through these, right? I've been asked tons and tons of questions about, okay, if you don't pay the mortgage, what happens? You'll simply get the property back. That's what happens, right? What happens when you have tenants in the property? Maybe they don't take care of the property. Well, we deal with those tenants in the same way that we deal with all of our tenant, owned properties, tenant occupied properties. So we're going to make sure that if they're not taking care of the property, we find a way to either evict them because they don't want to be responsible tenants, or either they can help us take care of their property, but we're going to make sure that the house is repaired. So at that point, it becomes our problem and not yours. I mean, what other, I guess, concerns would you have about a deal like this?
See, the biggest thing is I just want to be, essentially, my goal is to get the debt off my hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest concern.
Yes, and I get that, I'm not paying on it, but it's still technically my debt. You know what I mean?
No, I understand. And I'm not here to convince you of it. If this is something that, you can tell me right now, hey, it's not going to work, no harm, no foul. I wish you a happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work for me.
Okay. And is there any way that you see this working at all?
I'd have to see numbers of, how fast you planned on having the mortgage paid off and everything in your guys' hands. Numbers of what the whole offer was before I could make any decision on whether it would work for me or not.
No, I understand. And we can definitely send you a letter of intent with multiple options. If we were to come in at cash, and I got my underwriter here right now. So if you just give me a brief second, I can put you on hold and I can actually get you a number. Can I put you on hold for like a brief second?
Not a problem.
All right, 1 second. All right, team. It's crunch time, baby. 5 minutes. Let me give him a number and let's see if we can make something work. Let's see if we can make something happen. Hey, Layton, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So, like I said, I had already sent the file over. They were kind of crunching the numbers while we've been talking. And, where they came back with is 75.5 on this cash. That's obviously not going to work. Just based on where the mortgage is. I tried to see if there was any way we could squeeze any more out of it. I told them you were at 125. Just not going to happen. Now, the only option that we do have here, outside of the actual taking over of your mortgage. Now, I know you said that you don't want to list it with a realtor. In terms of a cash offer, it's just not going to work on our end. The numbers won't work for your side. They won't work for our side. But what if we're able to utilize our network? We're able to utilize our resources, and within 50 days, if you're able to work with us on a number, we can reach out to some buyers on our hands and see if we can get the deal done for you.
Can I get back to you tomorrow about that?
No, I understand. So what's your concern with putting it off?
I want to have some time to sit and talk over options with my wife, and get a second opinion on things, and have more time to mull it over.
Definitely. Well, my goal here, I know you were concerned about the debt that you had, the 97,000. My goal is to get that off of your back so you don't have to worry about that at all. Like I said, I have a few more calls that I do need to make tonight, and we're only looking for a couple more houses. So I can't even guarantee you that, we'll still have an offer on the table for you at that point. But if we're able to work out a deal to where we can clear that debt, I know you said it's 97,000, and we're able to get that off of your back, and then you can move comfortably to Kentucky. You don't have to worry about the debt anymore. You don't even have to worry about the house. I mean, are you open to just kind of quickly discussing an option?
Not at this moment. I'm gonna talk to some other people and explore my options. If things don't work out with you, I mean, it was great talking to you, and it was nice to get more information about how investment buyers work.
Most certainly. And do you think you're just going to end up listing this one on the market, or?
Do not know at this moment. You're gonna talk it over and get it figured out.
All right, Leighton. Well, hey man, you enjoy your dinner. You have a great Memorial Day, and happy celebration on your anniversary, and we wish you the best.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great Memorial Day.
All right. Ah, man, I thought I could get him. Played it too long. Damn. Let's see if we can get something real quick, man.
It's tough to get somebody to stay on the phone for 30 minutes when they told you they're making dinner. So that's
gotta give him,
right
there. Gotta give him something on that, huh?
I gotta give it to him. He dug as much.
Hey, David, how's it going?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, this is Fabit. One of my assistants sent me your file. Looks like you submitted a form on our website about your property over there on Milford. Did I catch you at a bad time?
Yeah, I'm busy right now.
Oh, wow. Okay. So are you just not seriously interested in selling the house?
No, I am. I'm just in a meeting.
Okay. Well, hope it goes well for you, man. Take care.
$47 seconds.
Man, I feel like you had that last guy on the hook, man.
No.
Abbott sounds like such a nice guy. Maybe if you would have pushed just a little bit more, and only because we're limited on time, but
yeah,
I think that was a great call overall.
And kind of position them in a way to let them know that the payments will definitely be paid. I would have told them that, as far as the sub 2, we would have put it on auto pay, so you don't have to worry about that. We could pay down a couple months, towards the payments. It was just a few more things I feel like he could have did to gain that trust of their seller, when it comes to that subject.
There it is. That's the clock right there.
All right, family. That was round 3 of our qualifiers, of our 4th qualifiers. My guy, Fabit Hedgepeth. Shout out to the U for showing up incredibly heavy. Just a very interesting style. Watching the way he navigated through conversations, just the way he approached it. I love what Finesse says. She says, great call. Coach said, I'm closing the lead. Send it my way, says LaDonna Wilburn. Shout out to my guy, Fabit Hedgepeth. Round 3, he really put on a performance for us, and I'm really intrigued to see how our judges are going to critique. Deandra says, that was a great call. He went from not being able to talk because he was cooking dinner to a 25-minute call. Yeah. Can I get some finger snaps, please? Chris Monroe says, nice anchor at the 75K. It's on his mind now. Absolutely. I took some notes from the way my man Fabit approaches the calls. Jamar Carlisle says, best call of the day. That's very heavy. I'm interested to see what the judges are going to say. Very conversational without sounding like you're selling. I noticed that too, Chris. I really appreciated the way he did that. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and see what our judges have to say and your expertise on Fabit.
That was a fantastic call. I think there's a lot of takeaways. Like I said before, getting somebody to stay on the line for 30 minutes after they said, I'm making dinner right now, that was beautiful. I think one of the greatest takeaways you guys should have from this was how he handled that in the beginning. And in fact, it's a strategy he employed consistently throughout the call. And what he did is he labeled and did a takeaway. And so the label is, it sounds like blank is happening. So you'll notice on that call that happened for just like a minute there. The thing that he said there was, it sounds like you're not really interested in selling, or making them confront their emotion and what's actually going on. And it's a bit confrontational, but it works. That was fantastic. You guys are going to see in my scoring that everything was really high. The only thing I think that would fit my personal style a little bit better is if he had a bit more variance in his tonality. He had one pitch and he stayed there. I would have liked to see him go up and down and do a little bit more storytelling and get more animated with it. But otherwise, technically, solid. He did everything right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, indeed. Pitch, pace, and power is super, super important. Liam, thank you for your expert feedback on that call. My man, Liam Benson, hit him with a 20 out of a 40. And I'm very, very interested to see how my man Steven Morales is going to score my guy, Fabit Hedgepeth. Steven, what's your feedback on
pull up
that?
the scorecard? So I think Fabit did such a phenomenal call when it comes to rapport. Like, he just sounds like he's your best friend. And just like Liam said, like, to get somebody like, I'm cooking right now, he kept going. He kept going. He dug in. He started talking about something relatable like the military. He thanked the guy for his service. The guy said, I appreciate your support. That's very important. If you can find some kind of common ground with somebody like that, especially when it comes to veterans, it goes a long way. When it came to negotiations, like, he really had a response or an explanation for everything. I feel like this guy was like right on the hook. The reason my score is a 4, even though like the beginning of the call was flawless when it came to this, was because he put out the whole wife thing, right? And I feel like sometimes we don't want to be too pushy, but like, I would have got the wife on the phone. Like, sometimes because we only have 30 minutes, we got to do things that we usually may not do, right? But overall, the rapport was great. Negotiations were great. When it came to the creative options, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the guy in the beginning, he said, well, you may not be open to creative financing, would you, right? So he kind of opened the door and he basically said, hey, I'm open to it. And I feel like Fabit did a great job later in the conversation, kind of explaining to him a subject to and all that. I feel like we could have dug a little bit more into the numbers. So I put a 3 for that. Handling objections, like I said, he had a response to everything. I think the only objection that kind of could have improved, had room for improvement, was the end, the whole wife thing, right? Or the spouse. Everybody, one of their biggest objections is, I got to speak with my spouse. Everybody handles that a little bit differently. When it comes to 30 minutes, sometimes we just have to push a little bit more. Identifying pain, he did a great job, right? And what's interesting is that he didn't paint the picture for pain just for the homeowner. Fabit also said, like, what he has to lose. It's a risk, where a lot of investors, they get tied up on, they sound perfect. Hey, this deal works out for me. I can make this happen, but I'm going to paint the picture in regards to pain for you. But he actually did it for both sides. He let them know about the moving, all that stuff. But he also said, like, it's a risk for me because of X, Y, and Z. So it just makes it more realistic. You don't want to sound like every investor on the phone. You want to make sure that it's not as easy for you. It's like, if, let's say, the offer got accepted, are you going to jump on it or are you going to freeze? You can't make everything sound easy for you. So identifying pain, it was a 5 out of 5. The verbal agreement, I honestly feel that he would have gotten that deal if the wife was available and accepted. But I don't think he asked, is she available now on the call? Can we get on the freeway? So I feel like the guy was half in, half out. I really feel like he was on the hook and he could have been reeled in. But that's my overall score. I think that was a phenomenal call, one of the best calls when it comes to rapport building and overcoming objections very quickly. He had a response to everything.
Yeah. Solid feedback. I was thinking the same thing, actually, as you, Steven. So I love it. With that said, we're currently at 42. The score to beat is 74 from my man Ricky out of Arizona. So Keith Everett out of Alabama, my guy. What is your feedback on how on Fabit's performance for round 3?
That was a good call, man. That was a very, very extremely. It was a good call. You know what I mean? I think the good thing about Fabit, is that he is himself when he's speaking on the phone. He don't get rattled. He didn't sound like he worked at AT&T or Verizon or anything like that. It was a very natural call, and that was the reason why I got him for a 4 when it comes to building rapport, is because the guy was in there cooking. And not only that the guy was cooking, he even asked the guy, are you the one doing the cooking or somebody else doing the cooking? That's one of my moves right there. I like to be very natural. You know, them there asked him, "Can I get a plate?" And he was making his way, you know, to that mark. But I think overall the rapport was there with the seller. All right.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. Whoa, that's not my scorecard right there. It's kind of different right there. The negotiations, I actually I got him for a 3 for negotiations. I feel like it was some things like even when he was pitching like the subject too, I think it's some things that he could have did. Like for example, when the seller was he was kind of curious on how he was going to be able to get his money. That was one of his biggest concerns. And what I would have told him was, hey, listen, I'm willing to pay, you know, the mortgage a month or two up. And also I'm willing to put it on auto pay so that way that you will be comfortable with everything. I think that he could have broke it down a little bit on how he could have got paid. And I think that he may have had a little bit more success on the creative option because the guy was up for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
When it comes to creative options, I did give him a 4. You know, 3 on negotiations, 4 with creative options, because he did explain it though.
Yep.
You know, even though he could have did a little bit better job of, you know, kind of negotiating it better, he did explain it very good and he spent time on it. So I definitely gave him a 4 on that. Handling objections, definitely a 4. You know, the guy was getting ready to eat dinner, man. He got the guy to talk 30 minutes. I mean, come on. That lets you know right there that he had to overcome some type of objection, you know, and I still think the guy may be open to, you know, striking a deal. And I kind of like how, you know, he went down to 75 with the MAL being 105. I do feel like he probably could have overcame the objection of the price and kind of went up a little bit. So I do want to say that. Identifying the pain. The seller wanted to get up to Kentucky. You know, that was the reason why he wanted to sell the property. He wanted to go up. He wanted to get up to Kentucky. So I thought that was pretty dope as far as identifying the pain. And that was pretty much about it. So basically gave him all 4s, 1, 3 on negotiations. So, but overall, he did a good job for sure.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that feedback, Big Daddy Keith. That puts my man, Fabit Hedgepeth, at a 62. So right now, my guy, Ricky, is still the score to beat. All right. Ricky Morgan is the score to beat. As of right now, we're going into round 4 of the qualifiers, of the 4th qualifier. And right now, Ricky's the one who's going to be headed to the Closers Olympics. All right. It's a beautiful thing. Everybody who's come out to support thus far, we appreciate and love you guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm like on the edge of my seat to see how this next one's going to play out. So let's go ahead and let's bring on our 4th contestant for the qualifier. This next gentleman hails from Lexington, Kentucky, closed over 30 deals, started back in 2020. By the way, mind you, side note, when the same year the Closers Olympics began is when this gentleman got into the game. And look at what he says. I love this about Justin Truax. He says, I believe I will win because of my ability to understand and connect with with my clients. All right. So those are heavy, heavy words. I'm really excited. Justin is somebody that I view as a brother. So I'm incredibly excited to see his performance. Justin Truax, how in the world are you doing, my friend? Let's go ahead and bring him on stage. You're muted. You're muted, Big Daddy. We can't hear you. How are you doing, bro?
There we go. There we go. I'm amazing. I'm ready to get after it. Ready to close some deals. Shout out to the AW. Stand up. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, Big Daddy. Let's go. All right. All right. So everybody in the comment section who's representing AW, show some love to the boy, Justin Truax. With that said, Justin, just so you know, no pressure, fam. All right. The score to beat is 74. Okay, as of right now, Ricky Morgan holds that score, and so we're excited to see you perform. Be yourself, go out there and kill it, and we're gonna go ahead and count you in. Let's bring the scorecard on stage.
Let's go.
Let's make this thing happen. All right, we're gonna put 30 minutes on the shot clock. We got our judges in the building.
Go. We got Maurice out of Sarasota, Florida. No,
74 is the score to beat. And the dial is off.
Hi, please let a nurse.
We're going to double tap. Always. If this wasn't on a competition, I would honestly triple tap, leave a voicemail, and shoot him a text.
That's some sauce right there.
We're coming to close.
I hope they just heard what he just said. Double tap him, leave a voicemail, and send him a text. There's no way you can lose.
I think some heat to give out to the people too is when you're not in a competition, you have a lead coming in. It's going to be dropping into your CRM. The thing you want to do is speed to lead. Get to that thing quickly. You should be calling them within 30 seconds.
All right, on to the next. Here we go. We're going to go with Virginia.
Then at minimum, do a double dial. I would recommend doing a triple dial, so back to back
Melbourne,
to back.
Florida.
And then
Never
make
even
sure
heard
you're
of
sending
Melbourne,
text
Florida.
too.
But that's okay.
For our follow-up sequence, they're going to be getting 3 texts and 3 calls first day, second day, and third day. Then for the next week, they're getting 2 calls and 2 texts a day. Then for the next 12 weeks, they're getting 1 text and 1 call a day. You have to be voracious in getting them on the line.
No such thing as calling somebody too much, trying to reach out to a lead. Doesn't exist. You got to have the mindset. You got to go after the lead at all costs.
I think a lot of people, they get worried, like, what if I'm going to upset this person?
What?
What if I upset this person?
Double tap. Here we
What
go.
if you
Here we
upset
go.
this person? You're in the wrong business if you're thinking about upsetting people.
There it is.
If anything, they're going to upset you. And that's one thing, like, if there's anybody new watching this, you got to...
Actually, I got this property pulled up on Zillow right now. Looks like it sold for $155 last year. So let's see if we can find out her motivation for selling. Definitely not a lot of equity, I bet, but we'll see. Let's see.
I'd rather have them upset and talking to me than happy and not talking to me.
Are they cooking dinner or not?
Please leave your.
Okay, all right. Next one, go with Rob.
I don't think Justin's concerned about upsetting anybody.
So next, we're calling
man's
Robin
break down
from
some malls.
Salisbury, North Carolina. Here we go.
Please leave your message for 70.
We're going to double tap. Here we go. We just need someone to answer. Just answer.
Luckily, right
Hello?
now, he's not got to worry about the...
Please leave your message.
That's
Doesn't
okay.
have to worry about the
That's
shot
okay.
clock yet. It
We're gonna
hasn't
go-
started for him.
We're going to go with April. April is in Gastonia, North Carolina. Never heard of Gastonia, North Carolina.
It's the best thing about the closer lending. You don't ever know where the lead coming from. You never know.
Hi, you've reached April Hain, but you've missed me. Leave me a voicemail.
Does it make
Come
a
on,
difference
April, pick
where the
up.
lead is?
All
I
right,
want to hear you
let's try
guys'
it again.
feedback. Do you approach a lead differently depending on where they're at? Does that help you in any way?
Hey, April, it's Justin. How are you?
Hi, Justin.
Yes, ma'am. I saw you filled out a form wanting to sell your house off of Proctor Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that property.
It's really my boyfriend's house, and he's not home right now. This isn't really a good time. It's like right at dinner. I'm trying to cook, so
I got you. Okay.
you called twice, so I thought it might be a friend in need.
Well, I'll be honest. We're very interested in this property. Is there any way you could maybe three-way call him on here? I mean, we only got
He's at
so
work
many.
right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up. I understand you're really looking, but this isn't a good time.
I totally understand, April. You take care.
I don't think I want to deal with somebody that's as pushy as you.
There it is. Rather have him upset and talking to me.
I was
than,
waiting
than
for
happy and out on the
somebody to
phone.
be rude. Somebody had to get it. But you see, I don't think Justin's fazed by that. He he seems like intact emotionally, and right
He's
now
not
we're on the East
concerned.
Coast at 7
I'll be
p.m.
honest, y'all. I'm not this pushy normally off the clock. I know we playing to win, and the clock's running. So
that
clock
clock
will win somehow.
Be pushy, Justin. Be more pushy.
That clock make everybody even.
Steven, to answer your question about if based on people's location, if I'm going to change things up 100%, I'm going to slow things down for people in the South. I'll put on a bit of a Southern drawl. It's not that great, but it's a little bit of connection, a little bit of familiarity.
What you mean by that?
What was that?
Double tap.
You said you put on a Southern draw with the seller?
It's just like a little bit of a Southern accent.
Oh, you got a Southern accent?
It's not great, but just, put on a little bit. I'll just match it a little bit. See, I got to be speaking with somebody in it because we got to be matching. I got to play off with them.
I want to hear that Southern accent,
Southern. You can go real deep in it. I'm not going there, though.
Oh, man.
If they're on the East Coast, they're generally going to be talking a lot faster. I'll speed things up.
Clarksburg, West Virginia.
This is interesting because Justin's going to face, it's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, depending where the leads are. He's going to face people cooking, about to eat, from work with the kids. It's interesting to see how he approaches that and overcomes it.
Good right there.
Y'all heard that. They answered and hung up. Double tap, show them we're serious. Here we go.
I'd call that lady back, say, you were cooking?
Right.
Sorry about that. Who's not cooking in the house? Who can I speak with about this house?
Yeah.
I don't got a Southern accent like Liam, though. I can't pull that off.
The mailbox belonging to 30.
Okay, that's fine. We're going to head over. We're going to Texas now. Let's head to Texas. Here we go.
Also, was that lady the main decision maker if it's her boyfriend's property?
She sounded like a decision maker to me, even if it was her boyfriend's property.
Maybe. But I did like that the fact that he asked, can we get on through a call? She sounded a little bit pushed, but you can't make everybody. Let's see what happens.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
Come on, Ed. Pick up. Opinion Vista.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Okay, that's fine. So now we went from Texas. We're going to head up to Arizona. Here we go, y'all. 3.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach is a voicemail box that has not.
So y'all saw how it went straight to voicemail. We know the phone's turned off. We don't got time to waste. On to the next person.
Liam, somebody insulted your Southern accent. That was a horrible accent.
Well, that one was insultable.
can't really see Justin being pushy, man. He seems like a nice guy. Maybe the lady had a bad day.
Hello, you're reaching Miss Butler. I'm able to get to the phone at this time.
Yeah, that double call is important though, because how many spam
I got a good feeling about this one. Let's see.
call you twice? None of them.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's Justin. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. Thank you. I saw you fill out a form about your property off of Sylvia Drive.
I changed my mind.
Okay. Do you have any other properties or land you consider an offer on?
You say what?
Do you have any other properties or land that you would consider an offer on?
No.
Okay, I got you. You have a wonderful day. So always, y'all, at the end of the
It's
call, even
unfortunate.
if they're not interested on selling the subject property you're calling about, make sure you ask, do they got any other properties they want to sell? Because I've had a couple of deals from just asking that extra question.
Please leave your message for 9082.
So that one went straight to voicemail. I'm going to try one more time. I think his phone's turned off. No, it's not.
Please leave your message.
That's okay. On to the next. Ring till we sing. Ring till we sing. Here we go, y'all. 775-530. All right, this is in Reno, Nevada.
Hi, this is Scott. Please leave a message or...
Come on, Scott, pick up for us. You know you want to sell that house. Come on.
Hi, this is Scott. Please leave a message or send a text and I'll...
Denied straight away. Man's eating right now.
And normally, y'all, when you're calling,
I think you should call that lady back.
I always triple tap, always leave a voicemail, I always
No.
text.
No, sometimes,
Right
you
now,
know,
I mean, I haven't
That's
even
just my
had
2
a full
cents.
conversation.
It's the only conversation you
seller.
had. Start off on the wrong foot. Maybe call her back.
Yeah,
Hey,
get some points on that scoreboard.
sometimes at the beginning you got to overcome that first objection. The first punch can be the hardest.
Yeah.
This is John.
Hey, Don, it's Justin. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I saw you filled out a form about selling your property off of Sky Forest Drive.
Just kind of looking at some kind of preliminary numbers right now. Are you just like a cash investor or?
Yes, sir. So, I mean, we buy properties, and after that, depending on the numbers, we can flip it, buy and hold it, or we could even flip it to one of our investors. So it just kind of depends on the numbers.
Yeah, because I mean, I have talked to a couple other people right now, and I'm also an agent myself.
He ain't serious.
Numbers
man.
I've gotten so far range from 322 to 350. I mean,
322 to 350, $150,000.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And so you would need an offer around that to move forward.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, things have brightened up a little bit since I was kind of looking around. The situation for me was a little bit more that I'm house rich but cash poor. And I was thinking, like, gosh, do I need to pull the equity out of the house by selling it, or can I do some kind of maneuvering, side hustle, extra effort, whatever, in the background and just kind of hang on to things and just kind of grip this out. So
let's see, John. Well, maybe we can make you cash rich and buy this property. So I know to be honest, just being honest with you, I know for a cash offer that 320 to 350, that just won't work for us. But maybe would you consider seller financing it? So that allows us to offer more than a normal cash offer. And then so you'll get your money over a longer period of time and you're able to get more. And then you don't have to worry about paying, as much taxes on one lump sum of money if it was a full cash offer. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Well, somebody else had asked me that same question, and right now there's between the first mortgage and a home equity line of credit on the house, the total is about maybe $190,000.
Okay.
And when we talked about those numbers and everything, we said, well, the seller financing might be a little bit tough with that home equity line of credit in the second position. So
I got you. Okay.
But I get it. I mean, I know it's all numbers based. I mean, it's the same, whenever I meet with a client who's listing their homes, how much do you want to walk away with?
Mm-hmm.
Will the market do it or not? And I get it, how it's got to work for you guys too. So
yeah, I understand. So how much would you need, just roughly, if we're talking, if we go the seller finance option, do you have like some rough numbers and rough terms?
I would like to be somewhere about maybe 160,000 or so, which, 160, maybe even 175, if I can squeeze that out, which I know that, likely that would be going the open market route. And, I mean, just in my neighborhood, about, less than probably a quarter mile away, there was a home that was 250 square feet smaller, listed at 360, is under contract with multiple offers in less than a week.
I got you, John. It sounds like that's just a little bit out of our ballpark. Do you have any other properties or land that you would consider an offer on?
Not right now. I mean, me personally, this is the only house I own, but no, I don't know of anybody else that's kind of in that kind of a situation right now. There was one house in the neighborhood that would have been a good flip, but they've already gotten under contract and sold a month or two ago. So
gotcha. Okay, I understand, John. Well, hey, it was great talking to you, and you have an amazing day.
You got it. Thank you.
Someone's going to have to hit him with I got someone calling my phone.
What about you guys? Man, that guy was open, man. That guy was open. I would have dug and dug, man.
That's why having a sales process is important, to break them down a little bit more.
I felt like he had a really good opportunity there. Just my thought.
What you would have done different?
There were a few loose strings. I
would have kept going.
209,
I mean, what was the ARV on this? 350. Oh.
All right, now we're gonna go.
You just got word the ARV on that was 350.
He was asking how much.
I would like to see a better line of questioning.
160, right? I think he was asking 160.
I think I call all of these numbers that are in here.
That hurts.
I don't know about you. If
I'm
if
calling
ARV
him
350 and it's 160, I'm locking that up.
That hurt me.
Yeah, I feel like somebody.
He could turn it around right now.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But even regardless of the numbers, I feel like that homeowner was open to having a conversation. It could have been a little bit deeper,
Right.
I think Bianca's right here too. I was hearing numbers like 230.
I'm looking y'all at my notes. It looks like I've already called this person.
230 still ain't the word.
Yeah, there's something there to work with.
Yeah.
ARV's that high. There's something there to work with.
Philadelphia, Loretta.
Like David said, he would have took something.
The way you got to think about your sales process is when you're a lawyer, you have to have a line of questioning. to get whoever you have up on the stand to get them to where you want to go.
The way you can break them
gotta have
down.
the same thing. Yep. This line of question that gets you deeper and deeper and deeper until all of a sudden you're right in the meat of where you want to be. Now he's asking questions, but I don't think he's asking the right questions.
Please leave a message.
Come on, Loretta. We know you're there. Pick up.
I don't know how much time we got.
Playing games.
15 minutes.
Okay, David, I got you.
What happened? Oh, he wanted 350, owed 190, wanted 170K in financing. There was no, but there's a deal there. Yeah, there's definitely something that could be worth.
Please leave a message and I'll return your call as soon as possible.
So wanted 170K in financing.
All right, people are saying he wanted 350. We missed the mark on that one. I was seeing all the stuff in the back chat.
So, but he wanted 170K in financing. I'm gonna have to replay that. I don't know. What? Even if you wanted 500,000, the guy was open to talk, and since he only has 30 minutes, like, you never know what might happen. I've seen people drop once you negotiate with people. People may drop 100 grand. We don't know unless we try, right? At least that guy
he was asking 160 on top of the 190 he owed.
Okay.
That's what we were hearing.
All right, here's one.
See what it do.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to
The
reach.
mental gotta be strong.
We're gonna try again, but I think that phone's turned off.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach.
That phone's turned off.
See, now he's only got 12 minutes left. You know, it's hard to have a deep combo in 12 minutes. I would call that guy back and kind of see if I can pick up where I left off.
I really think I went through all of these leads, if not come close. Tell y'all my strategy right now. So I think I'm getting close into these leads. I'm thinking I might go back to the guy who was pitching seller finance.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You just wanted too much of a chunk of money.
He can't hear us,
like
right?
190
Yeah, he can't hear.
ARV was around 300.
Yeah.
Don't really see those numbers
it,
working
Justin,
out,
do
but
it.
maybe we can work something out. Not having much luck on these other leads.
Please leave your message.
So sometimes you gotta get creative.
You gotta do something. You gotta do something because the points. There's got to be at least an opportunity for some points.
Yeah, got to get some points.
Look, the people want him to do it. They're demanding he does it.
You know what we need, Steven?
We got to see it.
What?
We're gonna need one of them big blows right now. We need one of them wild. We got to come out of nowhere and say it today with this.
Man, Justin hit me with the right hook to the body on that one, man.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Scott. Please leave a message or send a text, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thanks for calling.
I feel like Justin's one of those people that could, like, once you click with somebody, you could really capitalize on their rapport.
You won't pick up.
Just got to get somebody on the line.
Hi, this is Scott. Please leave a
All right, y'all. I think that's honestly, I've gone through all the leads on here. So we're going to go back to our guy.
Check the
Let's
chat.
go.
Check the chat.
Now he's talking. Let's go. Call that guy back.
Trying to call him back now, y'all. This is the guy I've only had like a real conversation with. since I've been on here. Oh, cool. Looks like, okay. Looks like we got a fresh list. I'm going to hit refresh on here.
It's getting later in the day.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, it's Justin. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing great. I was calling about your property, and I wanted to see if you would consider an offer on it.
Which property? Hell, I got 75 of them.
75? Oh my goodness. You're like the Mr. Monopoly man.
I know it. What are you talking about? Which one?
Big net ROI.
What about which one are you most wanting to sell right now?
I'll sell any of them. Which one you want to buy?
What's the address on the one you want to sell?
Any of them. It doesn't matter. Which?
I saw one, I think it was off of Ohio Street. Totally made up an address. Refresh the leads and lost this guy. So trying to just get him to tell the address. What was that address then, sir? I'm sorry. My marketing team, I think they may have put in that wrong address, and I do apologize about that.
I don't know. Call me back when you get an address. Bye.
He wasn't that motivated.
Does he have an address to work with?
We got fresh leads. We're going to go on and call.
Did that
So
not
about
have
that
an
call I
address?
just got off of, y'all. I hit
That one had an
refresh, and
address.
then
I think
took out that old lead. And so I couldn't see any of the
Just
data.
start
on
off
here.
at the address that's in front of you.
He refreshed when, or he refreshed right as that person picked up, so he lost the lead. But you can see their phone numbers. I just looked at what I was calling.
These are iSpeedToLead leads, right?
Yeah. Right around dinner time is usually when we see the people having the toughest time connecting.
Keith, you want to know something
How much
interesting?
time do I got, y'all?
How much time does he have?
What you got?
8 minutes. Oh, we got time, y'all. We got time. We got
I like that.
time.
He's got time.
You gotta
Got these
call
new
before they
leads
get
in
to the
here.
dinner
Come on.
table.
We got time. Let's make it shake. Come on, baby. Shake it, bake.
Keith, using
Yes,
all these boxing analogies, I heard a rumor that Aaron was trying to fight Q in the ring.
I will come watch that, man. Listen, Aaron's jacked, but
Who do you think will win that one? Q or Aaron?
man, Q can. He
Please leave your message.
listen.
Q's
He
the
looks like he's got
one
heavy
that
hands,
works.
man. He looks like he's got heavy hands.
I feel like he's one of those haymaker type, you know?
Yep.
Like a brawler.
So whenever I make the call, I love having the first name in mind and just the street name. I don't like getting into all the nitty gritty.
Hello.
Hey, Kane, it's Justin. How are you?
All right, yourself.
I'm good, man. I saw you filled out a form wanting to sell your property off of Aberdeen Street. I'm sorry, can't talk.
Yeah.
Tell me
It's
about
not a good. Yeah, it's all right, but it's not a good time right now. I'm gonna take care of. Take care of one of my little people passed away. I'm taking care of a little obituary. So let me hit you back.
I got you, man. It's my cell phone number. Call me, text me anytime.
All right, see you later. Got you.
He was at a funeral. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to dig too deep.
Man, with 6 minutes left. I don't care if he's on the phone with the ambulance right now.
Clarksburg, West Virginia. But yeah, I love being very brief and sounding like I'm just a friend or a neighbor. So I don't get down to the full address, the state, the zip code. I like just first name and the street name. So I sound like a friend, sound like a neighbor.
He's gonna have to push hard now. Like, there's not enough time left. You just gotta be like, only took a few minutes.
4 people on the phone. 4 people on the phone.
Hello.
Hey, Chris, it's Justin. How are you?
I'm actually at work right now, bud.
Gotcha. Any chance you could step away to talk about this property?
Not right now. I can't. No.
I got you, man. Okay.
You can call me in like 20, 30 minutes. I might be able to.
Okay. I'll call you then, Chris.
All right.
So with that one, I even asked, hey, man, can you step aside and talk about this property? But he said no. We're trying. In the day, you just got to try.
Hello?
Hey, Marina, it's Justin. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am amazing. I saw you filled out a form about selling your property off of Lulu Street.
Well, right now it's on the contract, but if you send me email, the text message, just in case it will fall through. You know what?
Okay, so I know that this one is under contract. Do you have any other properties or even some land that is not currently under contract that you take an offer on?
No, this is right now. That's it right now. But do you have ability to send me a text message?
I would love to. Yes, ma'am. This is my personal cell phone number.
Just make a note. So just in case, if it falls through, I will reach you out. Okay?
Sounds great, Marina. You take care.
Thanks.
Got shake and bake. Ring till they sing. 319.
Hi, the person you've reached is using.
Come on. Come on, Dustin. Your name rhymes with mine,
What would
man.
you guys
Dustin
do?
and
3
Justin.
minutes
This
on
is
the
a
clock.
deal
What
right
kind of
here.
point you trying to hit?
Yeah, you gotta just get somebody on the line, man, and get straight to business.
The person you're calling isn't accepting messages right now.
I'm on the phone and telling him
Why
I
don't
got
you
3
text
minutes
them
to make
or
a
try
deal.
calling again
Let's talk
later?
numbers.
Pull an RJ.
There you go.
At this point, you gotta just start 2 threes at this point.
Unfortunately, we just haven't seen a whole lot to be able to score yet.
We got a few minutes left. I'm gonna try to call Marina back, who had the contract. Ask her when the contract ends.
Hello?
Hey, Marina, it's Justin.
You just called me there.
I sure did, and I forgot a silly question. How long do you have on that contract?
Just a week ago last time.
And when is it set to close?
I don't know, it's the standard. I'm not in a rush. Just whenever happens. If not, I would keep you in mind.
Sounds great, Marina. You take care.
Bye. Thanks.
Okay, we got 2 minutes. We're gonna give it our all, y'all. We got 2 minutes. Get some more points on that scoreboard. I'm going through all the leads I haven't contacted yet. So with that, being honest,
As long as you had that
when you
person
got
on the
the
line, I
clock
would have
on
liked to
you,
see
you do feel a little
some
more
line of
rushed,
questioning
especially
there.
because I haven't had the best conversations. So I did forget to ask Marina how long was on that contract, but I called her back. We're human, y'all. We all make mistakes, but don't forget, sometimes you gotta call the seller back.
The guy gotta go ahead and throw them. He gotta throw some things out there. We need him to have a 11 round like Lama Chico did. We need some action. We need some body
in Rockville, Maryland.
Emphasize, leave a message.
Oh, so close.
I thought that was somebody.
We got like a minute. Hey, I'm having fun, y'all. I'm having fun. You gotta have fun when you make calls. I know I haven't had.
I like his attitude.
The most conversations, but
There
I'm
should be
having fun.
attitude
Hope y'all are
points.
having fun. Remember to have fun when you make calls.
Hello.
Hey, Benjamin, it's Justin. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Give that man some more
saw you
time.
filled out a form about your property off of Bounding Bend.
Yeah.
Would you consider an offer on it? I'm talking very quick. I don't got much
Yeah, we're
time,
looking.
though. Okay. What's your ballpark on it?
Huh?
What's your ballpark on it? You got a rough ballpark figure?
Well, I think I told some other guys. My best bet's probably gonna be selling because I'm looking for like I need to walk away with like 150.
Let him finish. Let him. Oh.
The timer cuts.
The timer. Listen. Thing about it with the closest Olympics is once that timer goes off, you know what I mean? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I've been there. My man Keith Everett has been there. Those of you who've been following Closest Olympics for the last few years, y'all know in 2020 it was a whole movement that started. The whole movement that started was let Keith close. We're about to buy shirts. We're about to buy shirts and boycott and say let Keith close, man. I don't know if y'all remember that, but you know what I mean? It's one of those things where this is part of the game, right? You know, they're making their calls. They're doing their very best to get somebody on the phone. If you're not able to get somebody on the phone, or you barely get somebody on the phone when the time is running out, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? With that said, right now our judges are currently scoring the one and only Mr. Justin Truax, and we're about to make it happen. Hashtag 2020 Closers Olympics. 2020 Closers Olympics was crazy. 2021 Closers Olympics was absolutely wild. 2023 Closers Olympics is about to be absolutely insane. I'm incredibly excited about it. With that said, I need to see who's all in the comment section going crazy. Absolute bananas. We're going to announce in just a few minutes who the winner is, and then we're going to be giving away doing a giveaway, something very special for those of you who have stayed on up until now. But I want to know in the comment section who got value from this call, what was from round 4 qualifier. Kendall says can't wait for July. Me either. It's going to be Liddy City. What is you saying? Jab says I'm going to start doing that with my team. Cut them off as soon as the clock hit. Hey, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. With that said, what were some of the takeaways that you got from today's call? Remember, we had Rich Wonder out of Arizona. The Novation King came through and went crazy. We had Ricky Morgan out of Arizona, absolutely went wild. We had my man Fabit Hedgepeth for round 3. He went in, and then we had Justin Truax for round 4 of the qualifier, who just performed right now. I want to know what were some of the takeaways that you guys got from today's qualifier. All right, scorecards are ready. I want to see in the comment section. We're going to engage with you guys, and we're going to do something special for those of you who have stayed with us this entire time. But let's go ahead and bring on my man, Liam Benson. Liam, what kind of feedback do you have from my man, Justin Truax? How'd you score him, bro?
You know, unfortunately, I can't score on what I didn't see. So most of the different areas, they had a 0 on them. So the ones that I could score on were rapport and handling objections. And unfortunately, it just wasn't there. I don't know if it was being in front of, 100 people or what got to him today, but it just wasn't the same guy that we heard in the auditions. I think that people are going to be more keen to talk to you and intro into a call if you start off extremely confident and sounding like you know what you're doing. The second that you pick up the phone and don't sound confident and don't sound like you know what's coming next or what the next thing is that you're going to say, they don't really want to stay on the phone, which is why I think we saw a lot of the same objection of, I got something going on. They just sensed that he wasn't that confident and it wasn't going to go through. And then when they did put that objection up, I don't think he successfully fought through it one time. So unfortunately, I had to score him 1 for rapport and 1 for handling objections. He blazed through the auditions. And I think that in that setting where he didn't have all these eyes on him, he was really just allowed to be himself and find his flow. And we just didn't get to see that here today. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. We didn't see my man be great. All right, so Liam Benson is going to go ahead and end my score my guy Justin Truax round 4 with a 2. Liam, we appreciate your feedback and thank you for your expertise in judging, being one of the killers in this industry. We appreciate you.
Next up is my man Steven Morales. What do you think about Justin Truax's performance all the way from Florida? What are your thoughts, Steven?
I think, by the way, man, is that you got a really clean house? Is that a filter? Or is that like, is that the real color? Unless I'm like colorblind.
Nah, it's the real thing. It's no,
really, no way.
Yeah, it's real.
Dang,
it's real.
like missing my eyes. Anyway,
I couldn't be at the office today, so we get the next
it
best.
almost
thing.
looks like black and white. I don't know. You just look very, very out there. Anyways, man, Justin. One thing I can say, like he kept a positive attitude, right? Everybody's cooking, eating dinner. The first call was a little rough.
Yep.
I think, I mean, like Liam said, there's not much really to score on here. For rapport, I gave him a 1, right? He kind of connected with that guy, but then he kind of let him go. Negotiations, a 1. We didn't see too much of that. Creative option, I know that was briefly talked about. The reason I gave him a 2 on handling objections is because he called the lady back and asked when is it expected to close, right? Other than that, there just wasn't much here. The most I saw was positive attitude, to be honest. One thing is that I realize is, you know, whether you guys are new or experienced or you have a team, it's really important to make sure that we don't disqualify sellers based upon how much they're asking or if they're working with somebody else. I feel like if there's an opportunity to talk, especially when you're very limited on time, is just to take it. Yeah, I think, you know, you'd be surprised. Some people may want 350. They may drop 200. I felt like that guy that was asking that price, he was open to talking more. And I feel like he just got kind of let go too early. So other than that, I mean, great positive attitude. You could tell that he's got thick skin, right? The lady didn't phase him like, oh, you sound too pushy. You sound too thirsty. He just went on to the next call. Sometimes you just, you know, Closers Olympics, that's what it does. You got to push a little bit. And by the way, I didn't know about this whole, like, I thought when he was on a call, you guys going to let him finish. I don't know the qualifying rules, but dang. But you just got to work quick. You got to work real quick.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I think it's because, you know, if you extend for one person, you got you know, there's other people who are fans of the other closers and they'll be like, well, why didn't you let my guy close? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of tough that way. It's tough that way. But Steven, what did you end up scoring? What was your total? Can we bring up Steven Morales' scorecard?
Higher than Liam's. It was a 5.
All right, so a total of 5. So right now we're at 7 for my man Justin Truax. Steven, we appreciate you. Thank you for doing everything you've done for the community. Thank you for judging today's qualifier. And let's go ahead and move on to my brethren, Keith Everett out of Alabama. Keith, how do you think my man Justin Truax did, bro?
Man, I didn't get a chance to see enough, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest though. You know, it was a little mixture of things, though. It was more of him not getting the right person mixed with. I feel like he could have pushed a little bit more on some of those calls if it makes sense. You know what I mean? I feel like that, you know, even though it's a good question to ask if they have any more properties, I still would ask them, well, let me give you an offer so you at least be able to know what your property is worth. Or you're at least willing to let me do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't give up too soon. Don't give up so quick. You know what I mean? Because you not only just want to, you don't want to rob yourself as out. This is 30 minutes. You got to maximize on every single second that you get with somebody. You know what I mean? And I know the clock could be a little bit different, and it probably kind of caught them off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
The best of them. But I gave him a 1 for rapport.
Okay.
You know, I gave him a 1 for rapport. I gave him a 1 for negotiations. I didn't give him anything too much for creative option. I did give him a 1 for, you know, handling objections, even though I thought he could have did better. And that was pretty much about it, man. I didn't get the opportunity to really see his skill set.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say he doesn't have any skill set. I don't think he was just able to display it. You know what I mean? And for the people that's watching real quick, that just lets you know that clock makes a big difference.
Yep.
That clock is what add different pressure to you. And I'm not saying you can't handle it, but it is a situation that, you know,
Mhm.
that's here though. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. 100%. 100%. So that puts my guy Justin Truax at a total score of 10. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and bring my man Justin on. I want to get some feedback for you, brother. How are you feeling, bro? I know it's a little bit tough, but talk to me. Give me some feedback.
I'm still happy to be here. I see what y'all are saying. And I take everything y'all said, and it's going to help me grow. And I'll be back next year. And next year, when I do get a deal under contract, I'll have my stunners on and ready.
Hey,
I'm ready to go. Okay. But I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for everything y'all do.
I love it. Before you leave, Justin, I want to say this. Everybody started off the critique with the same thing, and that was they could not judge what they couldn't see. So while they did give you critique, and that might hurt a little bit more because they didn't get to see the good that you brought to the table, you got here, bro. That means you're one of the best in the country. You qualified to be here. And let me say something, bro. I actually competed in the Closers Olympics twice. I competed in the Closers Olympics twice. Watch this, bro. Watch this. I scored the lowest both times. I scored the lowest out of everybody both times. So, and I'm a competitive person, bro. I'm very competitive, and it hurt. It hurt, but I tell you what. It was the best thing that happened to me, bro, because it did amazing things for me, and it only built me up. So you're in good company. I would consider myself good company, bro. So good job with your positive attitude, bro. And like you said, come back next year and give them hell, Big Daddy.
Of course.
All right.
AW stand up.
AW stand up. All right. With that said, guys, I want to thank you so much, brother Justin. We'll be in contact soon, bro. With that said, guys, I have to let you in on one of the best kept industry secrets. Just so you know, when it comes to marketing, if you're not working with the best of the best, you're not really playing to win. And this is facts right now. So those of you who, if you're getting emails, if you're getting ads, if you're getting SMS messages from the Closers Olympics, it's thanks to our team and our sponsor, Michael Walsh, with youprankpro.com. This is actually really dope. We're not just not only working with him because he's one of the top closers in the space, but as you can see for yourself, there's a reason why he's associated with Closers Olympics. Watch this video real quick, y'all, before we do our giveaway.
I just want to let people know that I respect you that much that we've turned down some of the biggest requests to speak, and I'm still showing up for Michael Walsh.
Michael Walsh is the man. He built my funnel.
For my good friend, Mike Walsh.
Michael Walsh and the whole team absolutely crushed it for us.
To Angela and Michael Walsh for helping us grow our business.
With his team, has really elevated our entire organization.
And he knows what he's doing. You tell him what you want, he's going to do it. He's a pro.
In the event space, funneling traffic space, marketing space.
Just super appreciative and grateful for the Uprank team with Michael and Angela and all that they do and they've done for us and me in the past.
Bro, I admire you. I respect you. I know you care about community. You guys are building your own. It is so freaking fun to watch. And it's why we said yes to this, bro. Not only because you're freaking cool, but because of what your values are, man.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Guys, please go to uprankpro.com to book a call or get their free ebook. Let them know that the Closers Olympics sent you for a free bonus. With that said, y'all, I'm incredibly excited about this because those of you who had stayed up until now, we are actually we're gonna do a free giveaway really quick, and then we're gonna announce our winner for the round 4 qualifier. I've been waiting for this because this is super, super dope. Just so y'all know, if you're in the real estate business, you're in the sales and marketing game, especially in wholesaling real estate. It's less about the real estate. It's less about the actual logistics and the dirt and the the material. It's more about sales and marketing. Okay, so if you don't have a huge marketing budget, which is 90% of most of us who are here, you better be investing in your sales skills. And this is why the Closers Olympics was created, to showcase the top closers in the game, not just teaching sales, but showing you how to generate millions of dollars live. And so I'm really excited about this giveaway, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving away over 50 hours of 2020 and 2021 Closers Olympics live footage. You're going to get a step-by-step sales course that's going to show you how to do exactly what you're watching some of the greatest closers in the country do for Closers Olympics. All right. It's going to include a ticket to the 2023 Closers Olympics. All right. And this is, I mean, the price of it is $695, but the actual value is multiple thousands of dollars. I've spent so much money on coaching, it's not even funny. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to, at the beginning of this qualifier, we said that we were going to be looking for those who were engaging, those who were participating, those who were going ham in the comment section. And so our team on the back end has been monitoring this whole time. And so we're going to do a giveaway right now. Hopefully that person is here to comment. That way we can bring their name here on the camera. But we're going to give our back end team has been looking for the most engaged person, and they have chosen, as a complete random choice, Bianca VL as the winner for the Closers Olympics bundle, fam. Bianca VL, you are the winner. This was our back end team who chose you, and she's here to receive her reward. So, Bianca, here's what we want you to do. In order to collect your prize for being here supporting Closers Olympics, what we want you to do is please go to closersolympics@gmail.com and let them know that you were the winner for round 4 qualifiers. Okay? Did you get that, Bianca? You're going to go to closers. You're going to send an email to closersolympics@gmail.com. Okay, and you're going to email the Closers Olympics committee saying that you were the winner of the bundle for the round 4 qualifier. That way they can get you links and access to all of the stuff that you're going to be getting. And just to put some impetus on it, it's over 50 hours of 2020 and 2021 Closers Olympics live footage. Okay, step-by-step sales course on how to close like the best in the country, a free ticket to general admission ticket to the 2023 Closers Olympics, a value of thousands and thousands of dollars. Bianca, you get it for free. Thank you so much for coming and showing love, showing support. Now it is time that we announce our winner for the round 4 qualifier. The individual who wins tonight is going to be on day 1 of the actual showtime for Closers Olympics. And as y'all can see here, it's by a landslide. It wasn't even, neck and neck. This wasn't it might have been this one. Like, by a landslide, my man, Ricky Morgan, came in with a score of 74 and will once again be gracing the stage in front of thousands of people at the Closers Olympics 2023. How do you feel, bro? Like, how do you feel about your performance? How do you feel overall? Like, what's your feedback right now?
Yeah, it went pretty well. I think it definitely helped having that experience from last time around. So I really feel like this time, in the finals, I'm coming for the belt.
My man's coming with that energy. Now, let me appeal to the sportsman in you. I want to say there's going to be more qualifiers between now and game day.
Yeah.
So I know you're a competitive son of a gun. I can see it in your eyes. But appealing to the sportsman in you, Keith had alluded to this. It's different. It's one thing because there's a bunch of people with opinions right now in the comment section. Everybody has an opinion about, oh man, I would have done this, man. I could have talk to those, because there's lots of people who still are going to be going to the qualifiers. What feedback do you have for them on what it's actually like being in front of hundreds of people live? You have a freaking a shot clock in front of you, and these people are coming at you. There's no takebacks. As soon as you say it, it's live and it's captured forever in history. Like, do you have any feedback, any suggestions that you would give to others who want to be a part of Closers Olympics in the future?
I think the biggest thing is just actually doing the business. Like I've been doing this, picking up, phone calls and calling PPC leads and SEO leads for the past 4 years and closing deals. So I just think it's like, that's the biggest thing. If you're doing this every day, it's kind of like, you almost just go onto autopilot. Obviously, like the clock and like in different areas could throw you off a little bit. And it definitely did that first rodeo. But I think the biggest thing people could really learn from this as well is just like, there's no perfect recipe to close deals. Like, it's just a matter of like, everyone has their process, and there's a few things, finding pain points, building some rapport, having confidence on the phone. But there's always things you could slightly do better on the phone. But I think it's like the biggest thing to get deals is when you do finally talk to that motivated, qualified seller, you know how to identify it, and then you know how to kind of bring them through the steps.
I love it, man. I love that advice. Very practical, very tangible. Guys, those of you who you've been following Closers Olympics for the last few years, you've been attending Closers Olympics, in your mind, you're like, man, one day I'm going to be on Closers Olympics like Ricky Morgan and some of the best closers in the country. I love what Ricky says. Freaking do this business. Do this business. Be out here in the streets, and none of this other pressure really matters. What it comes down to is you've been putting in the reps, and now it's time to turn it on again. So, Ricky, congrats for winning the qualifier, brother. Super proud of you. Can't wait to see you perform on game day. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Guys, I also want to give a shout out to the one and only David Oles. I know I announced him in the beginning, but y'all didn't see that he was in the back on the operations with the team. He was underwriting these deals so that our contestants who are qualifying could have in the private chat what the offer would be and actually be making the offer. And this is crucial whenever we have a shot clock. So David, we really want to show our love and say thank you. Again, Ricky, good job crushing your competition today. I can't wait to see you perform. Those of you who are still live, we love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys on game day. Go to closersolympics.com. Get your tickets if you haven't already. What the heck are you doing with your life? Because there are going to be thousands of people in that room. Anybody who's anybody is going to be. This is the red carpet of real estate and wholesaling and closing. So can't wait to see you guys there. Until next time, y'all, it's your boy Aaron Bevins. Closers Olympics. Let's get it. Deuces.